Hey there, Sword of the Demon. Congrats on taking first. I should really make a redeem just for you. How's everybody doing? Thank you for the YouTube side comment. That's always appreciated. So, we're going to be doing some light work today. I've staged a Blender file. I've considered the correct way to do this and the energy efficient way to do this. And as always, I'm going to stick to the lazy way to do this. And if the chibi comes out looking cute, I'll probably just commission Dolly to give it the appropriate blend shapes. So, we're continuing this not a birthday stream. And as we've mentioned during the festivity announcements, a part of the activity is going to be working Blender, making the celebratory, well, the tactical chibi, or specifically the chibi that I'm going to use to play Grey Zone Warfare, so it has to be unencumbered by excess vertices and excess physics. So we're going to think of what we want to move over to the chibi from the main design, and we're going to bake it, and we're going to see how it stacks up against whatever we were using previously. So we have our two models. We have our loner model. I'm going to consider moving the pants, although weight painting pants is an endeavor, especially since, well, I mean, the chibi physiology is sort of built to accept those. So that's going to be it. Yeah, that's what we're doing as our primary activity for today. We're going to enjoy some React slop in the background as a little treat. The activity wheel is still up for grab. I might actually, damn, I'm gonna have to reset it. But basically, the rules stay the same. First purchase of the not birthday boy donation card. Excuse me, tipping jar. We're gonna spin the wheel once. Second spin of the wheel is going to be 2 of those, and so on. And we have gun cleaning. So that's the MCX, cleaning the Glock. That's going to be a separate spin. And if y'all get lucky, then we're gonna spin out a Grey Zone Warfare or Ready or Not community play night, depending on which one we prefer, because we do have the infrastructure set up for that, and that's going to be on stream. But in order to do that, we need to spin the wheel, and the wheel only spins when you tip your Oni. Let's see. We do have some React Sloppa in the background, so I'm probably gonna... How do I organize this? Just a second. I'm gonna need to figure this one out. Let's see. Google Chrome. Creepy nuisance streamers. Hell yeah. It's gonna be a little bit smallish this time because it needs to coexist with Blender, but that's okay. I think we can get the gist of the video just from this. Maybe theater moded. Yeah, I'd say that's okay. And the sponsor branding fits right in. It's more of a listening experience than a viewing experience anyway. I know we've touched upon Rev. We've voiced certain concerns, and yeah, those maintain valid, but at the same time, he is very good at collecting the slop and reacting to it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So today we're going to be looking at another nuisance streamer entering the Thunderdome and finding out. Today we're going to be looking at this guy who took probably one of the most satisfying KOs we've seen among nuisance streamers, including his predecessors like Johnny Somali. Now, this is the main protagonist of today's story. You can see the before and after. His name is Baby Hayes. And you can see not doing so great down here, laid out like a bloated starfish after getting KO'd by another kick streamer that he was antagonizing, among other people. So when I see this clip this morning and how viral it is, right, it's got like 84,000 likes, almost 10 million views, you have to ask yourself, who is this guy and why are so many people thrilled to see him get knocked out on camera? So this is his kick account, Baby Hayes 69. It's not been a very good 24 hours for him. You can see on his clips here, it's all just people showing him getting knocked out. It's pretty brutal, but you can see he's a nuisance streamer. He goes to places like Korea, Thailand, and most recently Japan, where he got really familiar with the concrete over there. So checking out more on this guy, we went through who else but Legal Mindset, who's been already covering this guy for about a month and a half, and he has some of the important context for us to understand just why this guy is so hated. So let's get right into it. This is one of his first coverages of this guy.
Definitely peak male performance right there. This man has never known the joys of breathing through his nose.
Baby Hayes, and
you can tell by that by that very powerful
begins with
triple
him
chin.
crashing out in a Thailand 7-Eleven. Basically, he's going around being a nuisance streamer, exactly what he is. Going around filming people without their permission, hitting on women who clearly don't want his advances, causing issues, causing disruptions, as you'll see right here.
Remove that armature so that I can have access.
There you get like 4, bro. You can get like 4, bro. Let's go. Let's fucking get it, man. Let's get the soju in our system. And potentially you get high, man. Potentially. Hey baby, can I talk to you for a minute? Hold on, give me a minute of your time.
Oh, this is not unified. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm moving stuff over to see what we can use.
Yeah. So what's your name? Maya. Maya? Nice to meet you. This is Kyle.
Oh, that's not what
my friend Kyle.
To do.
Yeah, and then he's my trainer.
Bill.
Excuse me, sir. Yes, sir. No,
yeah, he
yes,
does.
Sir.
He does have that.
Okay, we'll buy one really quickly and we'll get out. No video, no photo. Okay, but you're cock blocking right now.
Dude has spent a little too much time in certain parts of, I don't know what even. Probably the POA Reddit.
Yeah. Oh, it's turned off, bro. It's turned off. Relax.
Check out.
Getting all your daily nutrients is hard work.
But
But nutrition gaps in your diet are inevitable.
Out the riz on this guy. Wow, that's definitely a face of a woman who's very impressed with this this goofball trying to invade her personal
It would be so funny if she threw up right on him, right there and then.
Space and shove a camera on a selfie stick in front of her. But as you can see, he's annoying people in this place. They're telling him to stop filming. He won't. And there's a lot more to this clip, but basically to sum it up for the sake of time here, he argues with the cashier because he believes that he was charged for 1 extra bottle of whatever he was getting there. And this is like $2 we're talking, right? And he gets very combative. He keeps filming the people working in the store who told him to stop. Eventually he puts it down and argues for like 5 minutes about getting a refund and getting a receipt of the refund. And it's like this whole crash out. He's being extremely aggressive and rude and disrupting everything going on inside the 7-Eleven, disrupting the experience for the other customers. And eventually he comes out and describes what just happened with his friend here.
He got my order wrong, right? Yeah. And then so he had to refund, and then he wouldn't show me the receipt. Yeah, refund receipt, bro. Yeah. He wouldn't show me the refund receipt, like, bro. And I checked my phone app and it wasn't reflected. Yeah, so I need to take a photo of that fucking receipt, bro. I'm not gonna like lose fucking like even $2 or like for
$2. This was all over $2.
I think that the amount is actually pretty immaterial in the larger scale of things. Like, I think there's a larger character flaw at play here. I'm still maybe on the Iron Halo. We're gonna work on that one a little bit. Okay, so the pants. The question here is whether or not I can reliably move the pants into this armature. So that all stays over there. Those are all the belts. I need to label this. Tech Chibi. There we go. That's a hidden armature. That's a non-hidden armature. Okay, so let's expand that real quick. And there are the pants. So we want to parent that. How do we parent stuff? We right click. We parent. We don't parent yet. We just need to move the pants into this hierarchy first. Can we do that? Can we pretty please do that? Not yet. Okay. I guess we're gonna position and then parent. I wonder if we parent with random weights, not with random, with automatic weights. If it's going to be sort of on the money. Probably needs to be sized down slightly. Keep going.
Ridiculous. You know, times are tough when you're getting that combative and upset over $2. But anyways, there's some more going on here, and right after his coverage of this, Legal Mindset and others, they would find some more stuff going on with this dude, including this clip that we're going to see on this phone from a now deleted stream from Baby Hayes, where he was drunk, and that'll be a very common theme throughout this video. He was drunk and saying some wild stuff.
Whoa, what is going on?
Hello, hello? That he was falsely...
Rag, my man, thank you very much. How are you doing? Thank you for the sub. Like, almost on time, that should count as on time. Hey, listen, the event is still ongoing. You're still on time. You still made it. You did miss most of the funny gun stuff. In which case, you're sorry there was traffic yesterday. I don't know what you're talking about. Traffic isn't real, but thank you for the sub, my man. Let me read out the disclaimer. If you have just purchased a sub to the Kuromaru Onii-san channel, your penis has grown by an additional 3 inches in length and an additional inch for each consecutive tier of subscription. Effects do not last after subscriptions expire. Yeah, I put a match saver on the Manelli. Although I'm not happy with how the screws protrude out of the handguard into, how should I put this? They don't really contact the barrel, and they're technically out of the way of anything that's moving, but it still makes me a little bit anxious. So I'm waiting for the vendor from where I bought the match saver to send me the spec for it, and once I have that, I will be able to fit it correctly. But yeah, we did do gun stuff. So the thing is, let me explain the system that we're running today. We're running a bit of a racket. We were looking at my gift list, and 90% would get you on a list. I'm pretty sure that I'm already on a list, but here's the thing. If you feel like touching the throne, there's a SKU there called Not Birthday Boy's Tipping Jar. That's an important SKU to notice because first, so after one purchase of that, we're going to spin the wheel of additional things we get to do for the Donathon. The second spin is going to be after 2 additional purchases, and so on. So things on the docket there are a community play night in Gray Zone Warfare or Ready or Not, cleaning my carry gun, cleaning the SIG Spear, not the SIG Spear, the SIG MCX. What else did I even have on there? I think I just gave you everything else for free, now that I think about this. So we only have the gun cleaning stuff left. Oh, no, there's also calligraphy, a calligraphy stream. So yeah, we've integrated a little bit of, we're gamble maxing. You know, let's build the wheel, actually. Let's take a moment. Just a second. Wheel picker. I wonder if it probably didn't save anything yet. Oh, it did save. Interesting. I didn't know it had that functionality. There you go. So we have calligraphy. We have Gray Zone Warfare. I'm actually going to add Ready or Not because I think more people in the server have Ready or Not. So we have cleaning your big gun, bucko. That's the SIG MCX that I have yet to clean even once. So that's going to be a first time on stream. Dedicated calligraphy. So we're going to be doing that. Gray Zone or Ready or Not Community Night. That's also going to be played. I'm not sure if on or off stream. I guess we're going to decide via quorum there, and we're going to clean the carry gun. Let me actually add one more. Oskaratebu. That's a very good anime watch party. That one's probably going to be a Discord. As much, again, going to be decided by quorum whether or not. So yeah, there you go. So these are our options. Not really. It's not better to direct donate because Twitch takes a very big cut out of whatever you give me as subs. I always appreciate subs. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually tempted to spin the wheel just for the sub there because in terms of the money that you spend, it's about equivalent to the tipping jar anyway. So the thing is, the problem with most donation methods is that they go through PayPal. PayPal is very bad for OPSEC. PayPal is very bad at keeping your private information private because it's designed for... It's not designed for VTubers is what I'm trying to say. Nice wide pants there. So Twitch is the easiest, and Throne is generally better for getting stuff to me. Because Throne, at the very least, is a direct payout. Oh, you sub for no ads. I see, I see. Everything else is PayPal, PayPal. Yeah. So Throne is actually very good, because Throne doesn't give away my full name. Just a second, I'm getting a flash flood warning. Let me quickly check if I'm in the affected area or not. I shouldn't be. I think I'm in hill country, so... Oh, flash flood warnings. I don't see any around me, so that should be fine. We've had a little bit of rain today. Yeah, so in terms of OPSEC and in terms of donations, Throne is always going to be the preferred platform. It has a couple of cash-only SKUs that I've set up. One is the birthday tipping jar. The other one is the production PC one, but you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, Throne is generally the preferred medium here. Am I happy with the cut of these pants? Not quite. Let's slim it up a little bit. That looks goofy as hell, but I kind of like it. Let's remove, or at least hide, the old pants so that we don't have any awkward clipping. This looks very silly. Yeah, I'd say that sort of works. That sort of works as an intended fit. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm gonna have to rig this entire thing. I'm having doubts about that. Maybe we just keep the pants as is and just move the plate carrier. Gonna do the birthday jar. Do you have to do it multiple times to get the amount you want? Yes. You can just buy multiples of it. I've set it up to be a stock of 100. Surely, even one is always appreciated, man. You know what? Since you're engaging in the monetization mechanics, Rag, what do you think? Should I bother rigging up the torn karate pants for the chibi, or do we just leave it as is and leave the old pants in place instead? You get a vote because you're interacting with the intended mechanics of the stream. So this is option to rig, and this is option no rig. No, wait, so the tipping jar is for the wheel. The pants is just me asking an opinion. Because I can leave the original pants in place, that are a little bit, samey. They're just standard V-Roid pants, nothing too exciting about them. Or, like, they're just white pants with barely a texture. Or, I can try to rig the pants that are on the original full-size model. That's it. That's the question. So let me hide these so that they don't clip. The armature is a fucking mess right now. Alright, the pants are over here. Up, there is a little bit of clipping. Rig the pants? God damn you. Okay. Oh, the hook. Damn, he's caked up. Okay then. I'd say that works as an approximate position for the pants. Let's figure out the scaling here real quick. Just so that it sits correctly on the body. Yeah, I'd say that is going to work. The model is not going to have a lot of mobility because, chibi model. So what we're going to do is we're going to avert your eyes, children. Let me first parent this to the armature. Armature parent with automatic weights. Surely that will not go poorly. Hey there, Spikel. Thank you. It is not my birthday. It says so on the title, but still thank you. How are you doing today? we're doing a little bit of busy work, and I'm trying to dodge a damn, I keep forgetting that the nut one isn't fixed. Can't set the tipping jar to multiple entries? Really? Let me double check that. Just a second. Throne. I'm checking it on a separate monitor. It's a little slow to react, but it should enable you to add multiples. Yeah, you just add it to cart. Ha, it doesn't let you do that. Interesting. Interesting. That's dumb. Well, listen, I guess you're gonna have to just check out as many as you want. Listen, it's your money, man. I can't tell you how to spend it. So if you feel like engaging with the thing multiple times, that's up to you. Or I can set up a $15 one real quick. Or a $10 one. Let me quickly do that actually. How do I do that? Add a cash gift. Really? Is deluxe not a word? Oh, because I forgot me. All right. This one requires an image. Let me quickly drop one over here. This one should fit just nice. Oh, click to upload. There you go. I've added a new SKU. Where is it though? There it is. There it is. Can I not open it? I can. There you go. Oh, do the $20? Okay, okay, I got you. Let's see. Sorry, because I have a limited number of screens, I have to go back and forth. Let me edit this real quick. There you go. All right, so what we were doing here. So we've parented this with automatic groups. Usually it never works right. You know what? It's mostly okay. It's better than I expected. We can do some manual rigging to fix it later. So good enough for government work. The one thing that we need to do is we're going to avert your eyes, children. I'm going to keep the old pants just in case. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the elements that clip through. So we need to guesstimate Probably the entire fucking leg, realistically. So, object mode. Edit mode. So, I'm going to say about yay high. Yeah? Oh, Christ, that scared me. Thank you, man. Thank you. Much appreciated. Oh, that's an itty-bitty notification. You definitely deserve better. All right. Well, there you go. We have our first donator today. And let's see. That's what? That's 4 SKUs, so it entitles us to 1, 2... So 2 wheel spins. We get 2 wheel spins for that. Spin the wheel. Okay then. Well, Gray Zone and Ready or Not Community Night unlocked. I'm gonna put up a vote in the Discord. What is happening? What is that noise I'm hearing? I'm hearing another notification. All done? Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Wait, did you donate twice? Rag, you spoil me. You're gonna spoil me rotten. Oh, Christ, you did. Okay. Man, that's two times. Okay, now I have to do math. So, okay. I can't do math. I'm just incapable of doing so. 40 times 5 is what? 40 by... That's 8. So we have 1, 2 spins, 3 spins. 4 spins. Okay, we have 4 spins. Excellent. Okay, let's spin the wheel. So, community night, that's going to be put up to a vote in the Discord, so please pay attention to that. Make sure to thank Rag for the donations, because he's the one carrying the weight. Calligraphy stream happening on Wednesday? Hell yes. Oh, wait, I didn't remove the option. If it hits it again, never mind. That's a no count. That's a no count. Hide choice. There you go. All right, this one is for real this time. Carry gun cleaning stream. We're gonna do that on the same night that we're going to do the calligraphy stream. And last spin. Hell yeah, I get to keep not cleaning my primary rifle. Oskaratebu watch party. Okay, so the watch party and the community nights. You wanted that? Both? Both the option you wanted? What do you mean? Oh, both of the options you wanted. Well, that's the joy of being a high roller. You never lose at the gacha if you gamble hard enough. Calligraphy and carry gun? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay, we're definitely doing that. So I'm gonna put up the votes. Let me remove these vertices real quick. We're gonna put up the vote for whether or not we're doing Ready or Not or Gray Zone, and if we're doing it streamed or not. So that's gonna be up for a vote in the Discord, and same for the Oskaratebu watch party. That's going to also be up for a vote, whether or not we want to do that as a stream, or if we just want to hide that and leave that in the Discord. Okay, let me see how the fit is. The fit is okay. The fit is okay. We're gonna mess around a little bit with the. That's a very awkward topography. I kind of want to change it. I don't like the way that topography looks. Okay. We shouldn't have any more clipping Fortunately, this is not a model that's going to be used for a lot of things. That's fine. Okay, now we need to move the belt. Ah, we actually had a video to finish watching. But thank you, Rag. That's very much appreciated. The birthday celebration now continues solely through your contribution. Calligraphy and carry. I should get a nicer carry gun one of these days. But yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, man. The VOD is still up if you're interested in me almost face doxing myself because I didn't notice that I've bumped the camera tripod while I was trying to reassemble the Benelli. So that was fun. And I've managed to defeat Benelli's proprietary rail system and just jam an M-lock attachment into that. I'm particularly proud of that because it's not that I saved myself any money, but it feels nice to break something, not to break something, to force something to work outside of its intended bounds.
Accused of R-wording someone, and eventually he would be confronted after deleting the stream by Ice Poseidon, who's like the handler of all the kick streamers and nuisance streamers in East Asia, and he basically asked what's going on with this clip, and he would say, oh, I was just doing a bit. I was just making something up, which will be very important in just a second.
Oh, bro, I mean, the thing is, you don't know what the Korean police. I know, because I've been prosecuted. I've been falsely accused of rape.
Oh, he's Korean? Damn.
No, I'm not. That's good. No, I was exonerated. I was deemed not guilty. Let's say that's true, okay? Chat, okay, I make up real, like, I talk about random shit. I say I killed Tupac. You know, I say random ass shit.
Sorry, but why is Ice Poseidon a moral authority on anything? I still think that he is owed a pretty severe beating.
When I'm drunk, you know, I say I'm the next Kendrick, whatever, right? You guys never mentioned that, but okay, let's say I was falsely accused. Let's say that's the truth, right?
Well, you said you were.
Well, it's not true, but I made the shit up for content, but let's say it's true, right?
You just made it up?
Yeah, I did. But
you had a whole backstory, dude. You
I'm
had a
not
whole backstory.
too particular about how the belt
Let me just
sits.
explain it though. Okay, let's say I'm falsely accused, chat. All right, and it's falsely accused means a girl, a feminist, using the legal system against me to get money out of me for something I didn't do. That's sociopathic.
So essentially he's saying the whole thing is just a bit. He's just saying outrageous things to get attention, that whole backstory behind it.
Reminder, the kick streamers are not real people, and you are morally correct when you beat them on sight.
The fact that he's saying like some feminist did it in Korea to try to squeeze money out of him, it was all just a bit. But then things get weird, right? So someone who's already said these comments would also say some other stuff that raised eyebrows, including another clip at, I believe, another 7-Eleven. Please keep this guy out of 7-Elevens at this point. He would say this.
Shut the fuck up. I'm not a scammer, first of all. You know, I'll rather be a fucking rapist than a scammer.
Okay, so he said he'd rather be an
slightly
R-worder
higher
than a scammer, which is a weird thing to say given all the timing of this stuff. But even more weird now with the full...
Can I share a pet peeve of mine? I understand that this is a monetization thing, but there is a limit to where you can do that before it gets appropriate. The I was joking of 2025. Yeah, I say things for clout. A bit implies that it's funny. I mean, whether or not something is funny is in the eye of the beholder, I guess. But at the same time, what are we at? 0.7 scale here? I'm not sure I'm happy with that, but let's see. 0.7, 0.64. 0.64. Oh, you know what? This is actually slightly better. Or is it? No, never mind. It's not better. I don't like it. I forgot how much scuff I was hiding in that belt. Because that belt is a brush, not a brush, it's a set of vertices that I've actually made from scratch. And you can tell because it's It's kind of scuffed. Might need to dip it in there slightly more. It is a little tall, actually. So let's pull it up a little bit. Nope, no. Shorter. It would be funny to give him a belt that just drags on the ground, but it would also interfere with stuff, and it would need its own rigging. Ah, wait. It's no, not like this. Damn it. It's a different scale then. Okay. Pull that back. Do this. 06 scale here. And wait, where is it? Oh, there it is. All right, and it's going to be full scale here. So it's still going to be on the longish side, but that's okay. You can always cut it down to size, I guess. Need to maneuver it into place. Alright, please just move this. Gonna make dinner, but you're in the ear podcast. I'm very sorry about that. What are you making for dinner?
Context, he would come out and just settle this with his chat saying, okay, I'll be clear. I never had R-word charges. It was a SA charge 6 years back and was proven not guilty, and the Korean government paid for legal expenses.
Wait, so was it a bit or was it real?
With a false accusation, and I don't have a sister. Apparently some people were saying it was his sister he did too. That seems to be not true at all. But he is admitting that he had this charge against him for SA 6 years ago, but he said that he had nothing to do with any sort of charges like this. I guess he exaggerated it for the purposes of this clip. I think he's just kind of a drunk, and he just doesn't know what he's saying half of the time, and he just wants attention that badly. But given this context, someone who faced, as he says, these false SA charges, why are you going around and saying that you were falsely accused
really
of
need to start beating
someone?
streamers.
Why are you also going around saying you'd rather be an R-worder than a scammer? Like, that doesn't seem like the kind of person who should be joking about any of this stuff whatsoever. And then we have this clip, which seemingly relates to kind of the character of this guy. You know, he's definitely very, let's just say, a little weird around women, as you already saw with the previous clip. I'm not going to play this because it's just kind of gross. Like, it's 2 minutes of him literally talking about Asian women, pretty much power scaling the submissiveness of Asian women, pretty much making a tier list out of them.
Brother, the only thing that's going to submit to you is a 5-course dinner.
And talking about all the things they'll do for you sexually and how money will be exchanged and all these things. He's clearly drunk again. And throughout this, again, bad look for a guy with his sort of history of these allegations. But on top of that, he also says he's leaving for Japan. And that's exactly what he would do. He's currently now in Japan. And this is where he would get into a series of confrontations with other kick streamers. And for some context here, we have this, his name, I believe, is Harry Boy. We have some of the most ridiculous names in this video. This guy right here, who's a kick streamer, he's confronting, as you can see, Baby Hayes here. They have the dual POVs here. It's pretty amazing stuff. And he confronts him originally saying, you know, why do you have all these R-word accusations against you? And all.
Really? That's the confrontation point? Ugh, Christ. Like, even when Kick tries to police itself, which I don't think that they should. I think that Kick should be, rather the platform should just ban people who make content from Japan at this point. Just no, you can't make IRL content. Platform is no longer about that. We are constantly in trouble because of you ding-dongs. Just stop.
All this stuff like that. And you see a lot from Baby Hayes here. He will say a lot of stuff like basically bring it on, or I will hit you, or I will do this. And eventually there's a situation where Baby Hayes...
You know what's the most disgusting part about that is that neither one of these guys is going to hit anyone because A, they are too cowardly to engage in physical confrontation, and B, all of them know better than to try to do that in Japan because they know that once they initiate a violent interaction, they are going to be deported forever. And a part of me wishes they would.
Tries to, I guess, grab or smack a beer can
Are your
out
specialties
of the hand of this
pasta
guy
bake,
right here,
pasta cheddar
and he
cheese, and ground
responds
beef?
by dumping it
Hell
on him.
yeah.
And then there's another exchange after that where Baby Hayes spits at his direction, which, yeah, not great.
Exactly. I was waiting for you to be a fucking leash. Because all you do is a fucking leash, bro. This is basically... Because I could literally punch your fucking nose and break your nose bones right now.
I want to see someone with this body type try to punch my face.
But you know, the police is right there. You're a fucking pussy.
The police
You're a content.
right
You're content.
Dude,
you're nobody. You're nobody.
Brother, calm the fuck down. You're both DYLs. Let's not throw stones in that particular glass house, okay?
You're a fucking nobody, bro.
Please,
leave me alone, or you might call.
Please call the police. I would love it, dude. Oh God! Hey!
Hey
guys, oh my!
This is probably the best case to demonstrate the fact that not only is internet access not a human right, it should be very closely monitored and barred from the majority of the population.
Harry, right here. Harry.
God damn it, I lost. My name tag.
Literally, get the fuck out.
Dude, why would you do that, man? It's crazy.
Get the fuck out. Tell him to leave. Tell him to leave.
This guy's crazy, man. This guy's crazy.
So at this point, things aren't great, but things would escalate even more, where Baby Hayes would confront this hairy guy in a store and then start putting his hands on this hairy person, and then that would clearly lead to the next escalation of things.
Hit me again, okay?
We may have to scale this down.
Why are you back?
Don't fucking hit me again, alright? I'll fuck you up.
Did you just fucking hit me?
You don't hit me again. Like, you threw a fucking beer at me.
You just fucking hit me.
God, you are fucking children. Hey there, Patchwork. Let me catch up with chat real quick. If either one of these dudes landed a punch, it would probably break their wrist. That is also very possible, yes. People don't really understand that punching is not really a natural activity for the human body. It's a discovered behavior that's very technical. God, I wish both of them got hurt somehow. Other than again, you know, I don't think either one of them is capable of producing forces that would be enough to break a wrist. So, we would have to test.
Yo. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna leave.
I think I should hold on to Harry's phone.
So then we get to the climax of the story that you've all been waiting for. So after that happens, they kind of separate for a little bit, and then you can see this baby.
Japan and Korea are starting to lash out against the IRL streamers, which is good to see. They're getting fed up. That is good to see. Japan in general is beginning to hate. They have definitely reached the boiling point with their patience for, like, the mass low-quality tourist. Someone tried fighting me in a comment section about that. Oh, how can you... low-quality tourist isn't a measurable metric, so it's not relevant to bring that up. To which I say, no, it's very much a measurable metric. You just measure the capacity of people to fit into social norms in Japan and speak the language, and then there you go. The better you can do both of those, the higher quality tourist you are. Oh, but how are you going to measure that? By looking at crimes committed by foreign-born suspects between, I don't know, maybe the 2000s and 2025? Did they seriously play the empiricist card in a week where Mentis Wave released an anti-empiricist video? I don't think that person watches Mentis Wave. To be fair, I also barely watch Mentis Wave. Not because I dislike the guy, but because I don't really want to spend an upward of 40 minutes looking at a very well-structured and very well-edited video that's basically just going to regurgitate my opinions back at me. I like the guy. He's very cool. I appreciate it. I appreciate the effort that he puts in, and he seems to be on a very good footing with the VTuber community. But I don't watch the guy for just that exact reason. Not because I don't like the content. It's just that, okay, like, you're going to tell me things that I already think and believe. Confirmation bias is a hell of a drug, but it's also, it takes a lot of time to consume. So maybe not. Maybe not. I appreciate that at least someone is giving Smuggalana an education, I guess.
Hayes guy walking down and getting confronted by a different individual who is now banned from Kick, and you'll see exactly why. But this other streamer is a friend of the hairy guy, and he confronts Baby Hayes for basically putting his hands on his friend, and the results are pretty quick and pretty clear.
Anger level.
We are going to... Oh, this one is good. This one is good. This one is good. Sock! Nice!
Well, I hope the concrete's okay.
Right in the off button.
That's a TKO right there. That is literally a situation where he was knocked out before he...
Rev, like, I know you can't fight, but please don't self-report like that. That's not a TKO. That is just a KO. A TKO is when you're receiving hits and you are in a position where you cannot produce any kind of resistance, but you are still conscious. That is a TKO. This is just a KO. He is completely lights out. He was unconscious as he was folding over and crumbling to the ground like a sack of shit.
He even hit the ground. Yeah, that's not great, but you can see the guy who was, of course,
fine. Or we're gonna look at this. I have this on Twitter and it's uncensored. Fine. Let me find it. Let me find it on my Twitter real quick. Let's see. Retsusi, where is that? Where is my taps the sign tweet? Is that a video? That is a video. Here we go.
Leave me alone.
Full screen. Come on.
Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone.
Bop. Never gets old.
I'm pronouncing it wrong probably, but he goes ahead, smacks this guy into the Shadow Realm, heads off, and then things get weirder. Because a random...
Wasn't even a good punch. It was like an old school... It was a barely trained boxer, like pinky and ring finger punch, but it did connect right on the fucking off button, right on the tip of the chin. You'll love to see it.
Random old guy picks up the phone of Baby Hayes and just starts going for a little joyride. What's Gramps doing, man? And the way that the Baby Hayes guy has described it, or some people have been trying to describe it,
I assume he just brought that phone to a police station nearby.
He actually did take the phone. That's what it appears to be, but yeah, he got knocked out. Had to partially censor that, likely in editing, because this is YouTube and they don't like seeing actual punches connect and stuff like that. But there's another part I have to censor, which I think makes a lot more sense, and that's when someone returns back to the scene where he's knocked out and records him while he's on the ground. At that point, he's got a pants full of urine. He let himself go while he was knocked out. It's a very embarrassing scene, and a lot of people watching the clips of this, they're just obviously saying you reap what you sow. You're this annoying nuisance streamer, constantly confronting people, threatening people, trying to get in their face, daring them to do something, putting your hands on them, and eventually something like this is bound to happen. And we've seen it with other nuisance streamers like Johnny Somali and those of his ilk. But here's another example of that. Now, like I said, the guy who threw the punch, he is banned.
Oh no.
But curiously enough, Baby Hayes is not banned, which is interesting. Honestly, they should just both be banned. Like, if Kick wanted to actually have like a real solution to these nuisance streamers, whenever something like this happens, everyone involved in putting hands on other people should be banned. I don't think that's like a crazy thing.
I mean, it's gonna spin out into people just running up and hitting people in the face just to get them banned, which, you know what, that's not a bad idea. Never mind, scratch that from the record. I support this fully.
To say, but like I said earlier, all the clips are just clowning on him. See yoink when his phone gets taken, he's getting pressed out in public. You can see, oh hell nah, with the clip of him getting knocked out. But yeah, that's the situation with this Kick streamer.
The move in this situation is that the phone should end in the harbor. I don't think the old guy knows the full context of what's happening there. And generally, the Japanese default reaction to an unattended valuable item being left on the ground is just bring it to the police station, because, you know, high trust society and all that.
Not a lot of people feeling too sorry for this guy, but anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below.
Reminder that a nuisance streamer got fucking shot, and the guy who shot him had all charges dropped. That's the important part. We have legal precedent for it being okay.
Based on what? Based on this dick in your mouth.
We have legal precedent that shooting nuisance streamers is okay. Also, I am not your lawyer, and this is not legal advice. Absolutely marvelous. Okay, let's see. There's something happening. Gavin Newsom was recently on a military podcast, and he was given a P365 for some reason, and apparently there's drama around that. It would have been funnier if the guy gave him a P320 in like a concealed carry configuration and just said nothing about that. That would have been the funniest shit ever.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to be here as always. You're watching the VSO Gun channel, and today, y'all...
Is it that pickle clip? No, that's not a pickle clip. That's from Kibabu.
Been absolutely hammering me for the last 24 hours over this Sean Ryan situation. So for those of you who are not familiar, Sean Ryan is a very popular podcast host. If you have not seen his stuff, you've almost certainly seen his face before if you never watched any of his stuff. But to give you a real quick synopsis, I would say
I can move this as a
that
unit.
he is very good at digging deep into people and topics. So one of the customs on his show is that he gives everybody a gift. And he recently had Gavin Newsom on his show. And for the opening gift, he gave him a handgun on air. I knew as soon as you guys started sending it in and I saw it rolling in at the rate that it was that y'all had spoken, and that I was going to have to cover this. So we're going to do that after we hear a quick word from today's not quite sponsor. Today, instead of an ad read, what I wanted to do was take an opportunity to highlight something that is going on to support the site.
Second, why would you give Newsom something he will never appreciate? Check that. Anything besides a disease? Well, here's the thing. I think there's an important balance in shunning the people that you don't like, but still maintaining the status of a civil podcast host, if that makes any sense. And I don't know the full context of that. I've only seen clips of the exchange, so I don't really have a big opinion on that. I wonder if the 0.5 is going to be enough. I'm not sure, but let's work on this. Everything has to go. Everything has to be scaled down. I forget that I have so many moving pieces on that thing just for the purposes of different materials. But yes, as I was saying, one thing about Cali politicians, most of them have guns, they just don't disclose it. Yes, and they also have even more guns strapped to some dude that just shadows them throughout most of the day. Thing is that most people who scoff at the idea of gun ownership rely on a guy with a gun somewhere. Just that, you know, they just... So how should I put this? Everyone in America has a gun. It's just that some people prefer to have the gun within reach. Other are content with paying another guy somewhere that they have to call to bring the gun to wherever something bad is happening for them. But yeah, it would have been infinitely more funny if he had given him a P320 in a concealed carry size and just explained nothing. That would have been a funny prank. That would have been a prank that I could get behind. You know, let's leave these as is. Actually, let's hide these for now. You understand the concept? He's already access rich in media. He's never going to interface with a discussion honestly. You don't know what the non-financial value is gained. For Sean Ryan, it's clout. And as a podcast host, you need that. Here's the thing, Notary. If I could get someone who vehemently disagrees with most of my positions in life onto the podcast, I shit you not, I would. Like, unironically, yes. Because that is how you engage in discussions. That's what actually would be more interesting to look at rather than me and Flavorful just agreeing with each other for 3 hours. I like having Flavorful on, but I understand that, how should I put this? Someone has made a criticism of that my podcast is just 3 hours of me talking to someone who talking back and forth about America fuck yeah. On the face of it, very based, but it becomes a little bit samey and boring to listen to. So I would like, for example, to have some kind of the type of deranged shit libs that Joe Rogan has on sometimes. That would at the very least be funny. Although I'm not sure I would get that recording back from them. That's another concern.
Second Amendment, and that is that there is an Ohioan, fellow Ohioan and fellow YouTuber, Delta 34.
Did you know that most beef sticks on the market are made with encapsulated citric acid? It's a synthetic preservative made from corn and
Citric acid is made from lemons.
What he is looking to do is crowdsource the acquisition of his local range. Basically, the people who
Newsom isn't
currently
funny.
own the
He's
facility are getting a little
sanitized
bit
corpo
more
mouth.
aged,
It's not the same
and
thing.
they're wanting to pass.
I think it's important to apply the sunlight is the best disinfectant strategy here. Like instead of I don't think that Newsom was probably called out on the shit that he says as much as he should have, but at the same time, it's good to demonstrate at least a degree of hypocrisy. And as a podcaster, even if Newsom in particular is a dipshit, which is true, like no lie detected, at the same time, as a podcaster, it is prestigious to have someone who is in elected office who is coming to you as a guest. There's just no beating that. Like the Newsom interview in and of itself is probably drab, mostly useless, and makes you want to take a shower afterwards. But the fact that you had the governor of California as a guest on your podcast is just, it's important for your growth in the particular medium.
To torch on, and he has taken
Hey there,
it upon
Mr.
himself
Hellion.
to go down that road. So he's trying to crowdsource the funds to be able to do this. It looks to me like a fairly nice facility.
You can't get sunlight on something that's Vanta Black? No, you can. You can. You let... The best thing you can do to a proven pathological liar is to let him talk. Because lying is difficult. Lying well is difficult, rather. And Newsom is not an intelligent man. He is at best a midwit. Because if he were intelligent, he wouldn't have held the positions that he holds. So letting him talk is literally giving him all the rope that he needs to hang himself. And I don't think there's a single public appearance of Newsom anywhere ever where he didn't end up showing himself just to be a hypocritical lying ass.
Facility. I will have a link to his video. And
how are you doing, Mr. Hellion?
For you to run down.
How's Tekken?
Of him doing this is
I know it's
first,
bad, man.
Ensure that it remains a range and that it doesn't get sold off and turned into apartments or something like that. And two, to ensure that the next generation of firearms training available to the public, the ability to just go to a range and not have to sit in a bay and be like, you can only fire X number of rounds per X number of seconds. You know, no, we're talking like move and shoot and props and all that sort of stuff available for people to use and do their thing. And I think that's a noble cause. So again, I will have the links to his stuff listed in all relevant places. Go check out what he is doing.
You're all right.
See if
Got
it's
the Fujin, took a break.
support,
Understandable.
So the first thing I want to do, as it relates to the Ryan Newsom interview,
you would not survive in a round limited range. I don't know if we even have those. Like, you can point and laugh at Austin all you want. I'm not sure there's a single range that does that. Like, all of the outdoor ranges here have machine guns. It's very odd to try to round limit a machine gun range.
is say, good job, because you all passed the vibe check. I put this poll up mid-afternoon, and you will notice that the text above and the responses to the poll are not congruent, because I think that it is exceptionally important, even if we do not agree with someone.
Oh, roll that back, roll that back. Platforming leading anti-freedom enforcer with a side of hair gel. See, now that's actually, that's the thing. Platforming is one thing. Giving pushback is entirely different. So I think platforming someone is okay as long as you give them pushback on the bad ideas they voice. Went as far as to bless Californians' unconstitutional Second Amendment infringement by presenting Newsom a compliant SIG. That's also true, by the way. It would be better if he gave him a non-California compliant SIG. That would be even better.
Even if we do not agree with someone, that we still be willing to have a conversation with them. While we do not have to compromise with them by simply not talking to them or not even having a discussion about this sort of thing, then there is no opportunity for us to show that they are wrong. And I got to tell you, there are very few things that I agree with Governor Newsom. I still think that he has a right to be an idiot.
That's true.
And that Sean Ryan has a right to interview him. So,
okay, that is...
I'm sorry that I did this to you.
The spy...
But I wanted to see how you guys were going to react, and you guys passed the test with flying colors. Good job. This is especially
true to the hip bone.
In that we are reacting at this juncture to the teaser reel of the show. We just got this one thing that shows a chop up on Sean's Instagram and X account of the fact that this exchange occurred. I am assuming, being somewhat familiar with what Sean does, is that in giving this weapon to Governor Newsom, that he is going to drum up the anti-gun sentiment and that they're going to talk about this on air. And I certainly hope that Sean Ryan takes him to task, because the governor's wrong. And quite frankly, he's ignorant.
That's
and you can see that from some of the excerpts, So I guess now is as good a time as
Yeah,
any.
actually, some of the things that he says demonstrate that he is profoundly ignorant. Like, for example, he says, oh, I know that he said that in a joke, but the things that you choose to joke about also, how should I put this? The premise and the bit and the punchline of a joke usually have to rely on some kind of grounding in reality for it to be funny. And when you joke about, oh, you just want TSA to take this from me, means you do not understand how to travel with firearms and that it's even legal.
And we'll just go ahead and hop right into it. There's no reason to draw it out. What I will say is that we're just going to be reacting to screenshots because the video is the wrong format to stretch to meet this format, so it would look terrible. And then on top of it, it's a sizzle reel that has been edited with copyrighted music over top of it. So we're just not going to be using that. So anyway, the first thing I would like to say is that I would say that the governor looks genuinely surprised and happy to receive this thing. In a couple of these screenshots, if you look at his face, he looks like he thinks this is cool, which is a good thing. And that's about where...
Just a second. I'm right. There's multiple visual access points. First of all, no, Terry, I am always right. Second of all, multiple access points into the owner's house at the hut, and you can see it's not even hard to reach. People say that you can parkour into the window and you don't even really need the key. I've tried, and Bonpa isn't really the place where you want to spend a lot of time jumping around between a box and a pole. But for the purposes of taking out the boss, yeah, you just stay on the stilts and you snipe him from there, and that's it.
My positive review of what we have thus far from this interaction stops. He says, I'm not anti-gun at all.
Okay.
I'm just for gun safety, common sense. Bullshit, Governor, because if it was
common sense shall not be infringed.
It's common sense. That weapon that you were just gifted is a California compliant weapon. And what does that mean? That means that certain accessories cannot exist.
You hate the term common sense gun safety? Well, that's the thing. It's a bullshit term that doesn't mean anything inherently. Whenever someone tries using that, it's also always important to interrogate the people with, okay, what is common sense? What is common sense gun safety? Because for me, common sense gun safety is being able to own modern machine guns by just, by either building one or buying one from an FFL. I don't think it should go any further than that. I disagree with even following the NFA process for modern machine guns.
On the weapon, but specifically the stock magazine that would come with a normal P365X macro, which holds 17 rounds, has been replaced with a California compliant one that arbitrarily limits the capacity of the weapon. If you were using common sense, then you would be for the firearm as originally designed.
Yes.
And originally designed means that it holds the number of bullets that were engineered to fit into it, which is equivalent to the empty space underneath of the human hand in the grip. But instead, you folks out there have decided to place a stupid limit based on nothing on the capacity of the weapon. It has nothing to do with physics or engineering or anything like that. That is not common sense. That is political bullshit. I'm pretty sure also that California compliant guns have to have, I'm not a resident of California, so I don't know this off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that their approved guns on their handgun roster have to have a magazine disconnect as well, which, don't even get me started on magazine. It's a terrible idea. I'm also very interested to see...
Is the magazine disconnect when they need to crack open the gun in order to reload the weapon? I feel like it's only a featureless AR kind of thing. that they need to do. Still profoundly retarded, but at the same time, I've brought this up previously. Like, we point and laugh at Californians, but at the same time, we're over here spending hundreds of dollars on braces because we can't have stocks, and on FRTs because we can't have modern machine guns. Those are all shades of the same shit-colored sandwich. These things are not as different as we would like to believe.
How, like, the bona fide gift thing and the purchase card and
mostly
stuff like
AR.
that
Pistols aren't too
in the
neutered.
State of California.
I think you need to have a loaded. Do you need to have the Massachusetts required loaded chamber indicator? From what if I recall correctly, California requires a handgun to be on the handgun roster and for it to have a 10-round magazine, right? Which, bad, but
with the governor, and if the governor is going to have to go through any of that other crap that the citizens of his state have to go
Max needs
through.
to be on the
Anyway,
yearly roster.
I'm on
I
this
see.
one long enough. I think we can continue on. I'm going to read this one word for word. Make sure that I get this exactly right. I'm challenged by large capacity magazine clips in urban centers.
Magazine clips.
I'll let you translate that one. Oh, buddy. Weapons of war, outgunning the police, but otherwise, man, right to keep and bear arms.
Yeah, that's not keeping bear arms at all.
The Second Amendment protects the right of the people.
Which is done because you don't know when something is going to be removed. Technically, the Ruger LC1 isn't legal anymore. Yeah, it's generally stupid to let the government dictate what you can and can't own.
To own weapons of war. They are not modern sporting rifles. They are weapons of war, and they belong on our streets. The governor is wrong, but we know that California...
I should be able to own guns that are as nice as the ones that I paid for the Taliban to have.
Him and his lackeys out there don't really have a whole lot of respect for the Constitution of the United States. And I certainly hope that when this full episode airs, that Sean Ryan will take him to task on that. And until which time, I reserve my judgment.
Oh, that was just a preview? That wasn't the full episode?
That interview. What say you in the comment section down below?
I'm from Buenos Aires. And I'm not going to complete that statement because I don't want to have the FBI at my door again. Let's quick palate cleanser. Sock. Never stops being funny. Okay. What did we... Oh, no, Terry, you're going to enjoy this one. We are going to pull up... Let me see. Remember that lovely... it's not a clip, but it's like a timestamp from Leaflet's stream that you've shared with me. Let me try to look for that. All right, y'all are getting into something here. Oh, I remember this. Christ. Backyard Samurai, who goes by Oxwaka, taught himself EI, White Purity style, a completely fictional sword technique from manga Kagurabachi. He spent months mastering it, and one day to open his own dojo to teach others. I am only comforted by the fact that he is never going to be able to afford the gym insurance. But let's take a look at this. I had to see this, and now you do too. By the way, pool noodles are not valid cutting targets because they are entirely too easy to cut. That sword is also too short for you. It's a wild fucking hat you got there. Let's examine that technique real quick. Can we frame by frame that? So, significant over travel on the swing. Not a valid target. You gonna say something after that?
It's hot as hell outside. Don't get dropped today. Weekly white purity style update.
White purity style. What did he mean by this? Hoodweebs are our punishment for not gatekeeping anime hard enough. Hey there, Kuroponsu. How are you doing? Yes, I am doing well. How are you? How are you? Probably just the translation of the manga. It may be. You're super? I'm glad to hear that. It's always nice to see when people are having fun. Let's see. Where was the clip that I wanted to listen in on? The makeshift drama, we did that last time. Let's where is that leaflet timestamp? I can't find it. No, Terry, can you find that in the Discord? I don't know where you've posted it. Was it in the general? Oh, here's what we're gonna look at. I forgot about that. So remember when you asked whether or not Sensei Zen, the snake oil salesman from that god-awful video made entirely for white women, for millennial white women, had a website. He has multiples of those. So we're gonna look through all of this stuff. This is his link tree. And it's a hoot and a holler. Fuck it. I'm gonna blow up the browser video real quick because this supersedes the Blender work because it's funnier. There is stuff here. So apparently he has a website, thezansamurai.com. Obviously made with I don't know, what's the website making service that Joe Rogan uses? Squarespace. Squarespace website. So let's see. Samurai Sword Flow. 5 elements of moving meditation. $100 for 13 lessons. It's not as much as I thought, but then again, I guess his target audience would be resistant to paying anything more than that. Let me try to blow that up. It's not even a fucking fake sword style. It's prop meditation. Yeah. Thing is, he does have elements of a fake sword style, and I know where he stole the fake sword style. It's not even his original fake sword style. Right. It's very loud.
My name is Zen Takai. I was born 60th generation samurai family.
Your ancestors weep as they look upon whatever the fuck you're doing.
Very traditional Japanese samurai and ninja technique.
Samurai and ninja techniques. He's also a ninja, not only a samurai.
Japanese traditional samurai technique
Grandparents cry, yes.
is called moving meditation. That's why in front of you, you have to cut the opponent. The opponent is yourself. Cut yourself and find your mind. The opponent is yourself. Cut yourself and find your.
None of these people are sitting in correct zazen, by the way. He want the spirits of his ancestors to do whatever lethal thing Japanese phantoms do to the offending party, yes. I hope that all 16, well, he's the 16th. I want 15 generations of his ancestors to just haunt him endlessly.
Samurai technique is not like a fighting technique.
Oh, samurai technique is not a fighting technique. It's not like it's a martial art that was developed during a civil war period.
Other martial arts more like competition style. That's get the number one very important point.
No. The point of the martial arts of martial art practice is to kill a non-compliant opponent.
But samurai technique, find your balance.
Oh, he takes them to Misogi. Okay, at least that is cool.
If you understand your balance, you can find the inner peace. If you have an inner peace, you can keep in a balance.
That is such cock shit. I can't even. Okay, Oni Dojo. I have a bridge to sell you. You know how we have that hazing donation goal on my throne? The I'll climb Mount Takao. The please Onii-san, do not scam. No. Hear me out. Here's the thing. I can try doing the math on squeezing a visit to Tsushima next time I go to Japan. So I can convert the Mount Otago donation goal, or just add a whole new one and set it to something like $1,000, because it's probably what it's going to cost me to go out of my way to go to Tsushima. And I will enroll in Sensei's Zen course for content. How does that sound? If we hit the dono goal on the I will climb Otago in Tengu Geta, I will do that, and I will go to Sensei Zen's seminar. I promise you. And I will challenge him to a Boken fight. Okay, maybe not a Boken fight, maybe just some grappling. How will I survive being around him that long without burying him next to a spirit tree? Who says that I'm not going to do that? Take the course. I mean, $100 per person. I mean, it doesn't include lodgings, I guess. Or is it a distance learning course? Moving meditation, 5 elements, holistic approach. The collaborative donation goal is, the crowdfunding goal is on the throne, so if you want something extremely funny to happen, you know, it's there. Alright, sword techniques, learn fundamental training of samurai sword movements and forms, yeah, sure. Conditions. After purchase, the course will be available to you for up to 100 days, until which it will expire. The course itself should only take a maximum of 77 days. You can practice this course in any appropriate wooden stick, or you can choose to purchase your very own wooden sword from Tazando. Okay. He has an affiliate link! Oh no! Tazando, how fucking could you? No! This is a good shop. No! He has an affiliate link. That is so cooked. I can't buy from this site anymore. The Mighty Male appropriate stick. Listen, Tazando sells good sticks. I can't argue with that. Most of my wooden weaponry and some of my kendo armor is from Tazando. No, never mind. Where did I buy my kendo armor? I forget. Where did I buy my kendo armor? Okay, scratch the kendo armor, but like all of my bokuto for the last 10 years and most of my uniforms I've bought from Tazando. It is very upsetting. I'm having a life crisis right now. I need an intervention. God damn, he has an affiliate link. This is so fucked. Why don't I have an affiliate link to Tazando? Okay, so is this like a distance learning thing? Go to the home page here real quick. Sign up, sign in, videos. Holding a karcha. Hucksters are not real people. I unmute. It's not muted. Oh, it is muted. So how do I? Oh, the click detection is
or
bad.
anybody really. The Zen samurai way is simultaneously upholding a culture, so we're keeping something absolutely beautiful alive, something that is dying out because the samurais are slowly disappearing. So it is an absolute privilege to have a master that is willing to share his knowledge and who's also English speaking, so that helps. And his teachings are phenomenal. Yeah, just generally creating a society.
Okay, I will draw the line here. No real martial arts instructor in Japan, especially of the older generation, who speaks English, should be listened to. The only exception is the patriarch of the Shibukawa Ichiru style because he's cool. Not Tom Cruise was the last samurai. No, Patchwork. I am the last samurai.
Society that knows themselves, and I think that is very important to create something more. I really recommend this practice.
Spiritually deprived millennial white woman. Exhibit A.
For anybody.
If you hear samurai way out of some fuck's mouth followed by Sensei Zen, I'll be spending time with the police.
Really, the Zen samurai way is simultaneously upholding a culture, so we're keeping something absolutely beautiful alive.
It's too good. You can't make this shit up.
Dying out because the samurais are slowly disappearing. So it is.
I love how they're just buying into this shit. They really think that they're part of some fucking exclusive sacrament. This is the kind of woman that like 50 years ago would just look at you with scorn if she didn't see you in church that Sunday morning last week. She would exclude you from the neighborhood watch. She yearns to be a hall monitor. Alright, what is this? Find a better balance. A better balance of what?
I find myself getting frustrated with life, angry. I want to be able to just pull it back.
I mean, with that physiognomy, I see how you would be angry, my guy.
In a very real way. You know, it's not just psychological, there's something physical and spiritual there, where when you take the idea of these practices and apply them to your life, I can't...
Yeah, he's got some fetal alcohol syndrome going on. Bug-like face.
Find another word other than like the peace that kind of came with the practice.
He doesn't even teach them how to hold the sword correctly.
Bringing me a peace and a joy that I really hadn't experienced in any of my other activities that I participate in. You find a better balance.
You know what I think this is? This is the lack of structure. So millennials as a generation, millennials and Gen X, are defined by their attempts to tear down any kind of structure in life. They don't like the military. They don't like athletic pursuits. They don't like anything where you have obligations, structures, or hierarchies. They despise that on a principled level because their entire life is rebellion against order. And now that they're aging into their late 30s, early 40s, they're kind of like, damn, why am I stressed, upset, aimless, and retarded? And they're like, oh, what is this? A basic semblance of some kind of structured practice, even though it's like puddle deep, and they suddenly feel better. It's almost as if participating in structured pursuits like practicing martial arts, or I don't know, building a career, or participating in a business, or even being part of a military, structures your life in a way that you have tangible meaning and tangible goals to pursue, and you suddenly feel less depressed, aimless, and anxious. Who would have thought? If only shit like that was written down in some books. I want to look at more of these.
In a very long time, I felt the entire experience, creation, is my favorite, right? It's like I can't even choose.
Oh no, she's French. She never had a chance.
So it's like if you love what you do all the time and you bring you to places where you have to discover a new location. So you map in the space, and then you taking your sword and you taking your
Not taking jewelry off during martial arts practice.
stick, and you embody that in the space with you. I think this is overall one very special experience of spirituality, but as well physicality, feelings, and oneness.
This must go so hard if you're retarded. Let's look at more. Let's look at more.
That was so.
It's like watching a car crash in slow motion.
Master Zen said that we're coming into a time of yin energy now, and it's really important for the world to bring and embrace that and learn to grow with that. So I think the spaciousness of the yin energy and the receiving.
Just note at the concentration of vapid, middle-class, bored, aimless women. Probably mostly unmarried. That was a power line and you don't even know it.
And the more feminine, the more...
Wait, what do you mean? What was a power line? What do you mean?
Soft is really important in the world right now. So for me, I want to bring that inspiration of the yin and feminine energy into my circles and my work, and then hopefully
Inspiration of the yin and the feminine energy from participating in a parody of a practice that's been carried on exclusively by men for the better part of seven centuries. That's great.
well, it will radiate outwards.
It's fascinating how these people manage to talk for a full minute, yet say absolutely nothing. Like if you try to glean actual information out of what's being said, there's nothing there. The total balance of knowledge from having consumed that did not shift outside of me knowing that there are even more retarded people in the world. You think these women know that if you visit mainland Japan, you can find a husband and training on how to be a wife? I mean, realistically, that's a big part of tea ceremony. Tea ceremony practice is, how should I put this? It is a very compressed education in high-class etiquette. And sort of appropriate societal behavior, especially for women.
In terms of nature, to be in Japan with a sensei.
Yes, yes, hugs, a very important and big part of samurai Zen training.
In terms of nature, to train next to the waterfalls was incredible. I can feel how the water is very alive and activated here.
I would say one thing is to go to a country and just do tourism, visit the places.
This is still tourism, my guy. I hate to break it to you.
And another completely different thing is to be led by a couple of Japanese, the sensei and Junko, and in particular understanding the culture from their point of view, with a particular emphasis on their long-standing generation of samurai and ninja in the family, which comes with a lot of history and knowledge, sharing with them and understanding where they come from and where they...
In the first clip, did we have a fucking faux hawk? In the first video? Or in the first clip? I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh, no. In this video, you mean this? I don't think it's a faux hawk. I mean, he's an art ho, so I assume there's going to be some variance in the hairstyles that he makes. He's also in his 40s, so he's probably balding a little bit. I don't know. Art ho allegations never die. No, he was never going to beat those.
And where their families and past comes from was the most beautiful thing in the trip.
This is insufferable. Such a critical concentration of vapid people who don't know why they're there and what they're getting. training in authentic sacred places. You know what? That, for one, may be the only accurate thing.
I think there's a transition from, you know, your busy outside world into getting into a mindset where you can relax and kind of get into the flow. It took a while for me to really settle in and kind of like feel the spirit of the place. And once that happened, the things started to flow a bit. Well, everything is incredibly authentic. I mean, we're going to the places where ninja and samurai trained.
Okay.
And a lot of really sacred places. It's the energy of the group and sensei. It's just been an amazing experience.
So, this guy has accidentally noticed at least one thing correctly, that it is very good to disconnect from your external concerns and external pressures and just focus on a practice in an isolated setting. Everything else that he said, complete verbal diarrhea, absolute horse shit. And you also don't need to pay some Japanese snake oil salesman to get into contact with that. These people just need to go on a nature walk and meditate. Yes, and they think that they are better than that, Patchwork. That's the thing. They think that they are better than... they think that they are too good for everyday things that give them similar practice. They are too good to do jujitsu. They are too good to read Dogen or any of the other foundational Zen writings. They think that they are too good to have some kind of structured mental or spiritual practice. They are so special and snowflakey that they absolutely need to go to the extra double luxury instructor who's going to teach them the very secrets of the 16 generations of totally not scammers. And only that way can their extremely unique, special, and spiritual ass come into contact with this unique experience and be free of the ills of the world. Clearly, I must slay him and liberate his students. This is before treating them to a diet of push-up squats and being hit with sticks until they learn how to stop being hit with sticks. No, Terry, you are... That's a very strong proposition. That's actually very tempting to do. That sounds like a plot to a manga, if not a video game. Oh... Course card, normally $300, but right now, only $99. Oh, God. Finance advisor at hedge fund. Oh, no. These people live among us. That is so bad. Hospitality real estate developer. President and CEO, Wisconsin Spice. Wait. Training our company with Sensei provided us with an opportunity to learn more about ourselves and our company. It's so good that these people leave testimonials because, God, they don't understand how bad of a self-report this is. Artist. Legacy. Let's read the About section. Zen Takai, known as the Zen Samurai, was born in 75. Oh, okay, so he's 50, okay. Oh no. In Kyushu, last heir of the distinguished Zen Samurai lineage that spans 16 generations. Family's legacy traces back to the revered Hattori Hanzo, a legendary samurai leader of the 16th century. Sensei eventually learned from his father, a samurai leader. What the fuck is a samurai leader? That's a Western manga that might actually make the culture a crossover. My new sensei makes me train on the body of my old sensei. No. My old sensei was killed by an angry red Oni who now forces me to do push-ups. There's your full title. Clip that. With no successors to his family, that's kind of a skill issue, my guy. has dedicated his life to preserving, sharing traditional wisdoms. Nothing you do is actually traditional. Nothing you do has any real lineage. That's the funny thing. Modern tools and interpretations. In desperate times, the renewed samurai ethos must emerge. Okay, this is all cock shit. Community. Ooh. From high-level executives and companies like Google, members of Young Presence, I know exactly what departments in Google this appeals to. This is very, very, this is HR coded. Yes, this is HR spirituality. Trainings across Europe, Americas, Japan. If he travels to America, I need to attend. I need to embarrass him in front of a crowd. Biohacker Summit, Baja California. I need to find his touring schedule. We need to go deeper. Events. What's in events? Come on. Where is he? UK Borough Sanctuary X Zen Samurai. Oh, that's the only one that's available. Is there any media about that? Any? Excuse me. What the fuck? Whoa! What was that price? What? 1,200 British pounds. Oh boy. Ooh. Now you're talking. Should I just pretend to be a Buddhist monk and get money from people for beating them? Courses. That's the only course that he offers. Stories. There are no stories. Damn, lazy. Let's see. Is that not? Yeah, that's the same website. Podcast. Vanity Fair feature. Of course it's Vanity Fair. How do we listen to this? Come on. Turn this on.
Hi, Culture Kids. The content of this episode includes meditation techniques and is intended for relaxation purposes only. Please do not listen while operating heavy machinery, driving, or engaging in any activities requiring your full attention. Thank you as always, and please enjoy.
What the fuck is this?
Hello, Culture Kids. Welcome to the show. Grab your imaginary passports and pack your bags because it's time to become world-traveling explorers right where you are. Hello.
Oh, damn, sorry. I'm looking for where I can turn the fucking volume
Hi, Culture,
down.
to learn about how your family celebrates the winter holiday and cutting
the generation samurai family, and I'm teaching very traditional style samurai techniques.
16th generation samurai? Could you explain what that means?
Good question, Asha.
Oh, finally, he's met his intellectual peer. A 10-year-old child. Apparently he has an Instagram somewhere. I'm not I think he's under the same handle there. Oh, you bet me $5,000 this man speaks perfect English, puts on the affectations for his marks? Not necessarily. He could legitimately speak like that. I'm trying to... Let me see if I can find his Instagram and watch it here without having to log in. I wonder if I can... No, it requires me to log in. Damn it. Damn it. Maybe there's YouTube videos of him? Come on, there has to be something.
Imagine being...
No. Go away, Coleon. Wait, what? Anti-gun groups furious at what? I don't care. Surely there's he has a YouTube channel. We are so back. It's like oh no, there's not a lot to go off. Damn. Let me see. Let's see. There has to be some here. Oh, that's the same one that we watched on the website. Never mind.
We cannot control outside situation, but any moment we can control our inside the mind. We can keeping our inner peace.
We have a very special teacher here, Zen Takai, a 16th generation samurai. And it's really living wisdom. It's ancient knowledge. It's a real gift to experience this.
You know what? This is actually drippy. I kind of like this.
It's really about letting go, being in the moment. I think it's something that we could really benefit from.
Also, I think Sensei's jacket is about a size too large for him, but never mind.
In modern times, as we're constantly trying to achieve things and get somewhere and do something, I think a lot of us could benefit from just letting go, being in the present moment.
It's my absolute first experience with Sensei, and is such a beautiful and kind and also funny person, and he has so much.
Like he's a pretty, no, that's not his calligraphy, never mind.
To share. Yeah, I'm just grateful.
Ah, that's not real training. Should I start a Give Send Go? Set a donation goal to enroll in Sensei Zen's seminar. Just tear him the fuck down. Okay, it's all gonna be dancing. It's all a Kagura dance.
My name is Zen Takai. I was born
The calligraphy is the one thing he can teach. That's true.
generation samurai family. Around 450 years ago, some of my ancestors became a ninja.
So some of your ancestors decided to lose all of their societal status and actually become one of the lower rungs of society, which ninjas famously were.
Ancient time, samurai people were leader of the society. Their most important thing is that how to avoid the fight. If we want to avoid the fight, first you have to catch a feeling from the opponent. If you feel angry feeling, against the feeling, when you get the information, you misunderstand. Control your mind, keep silent mind. You have no enemy.
I want to see more of him pretending that he knows stuff.
How about an SU?
I'm going to look this up, but there is a very, very small martial arts channel where it's just a guy in his 4 tatami room. I don't think it's even 4 tatamis. I think it's just 2 tatami, but it's a very small room. And he does these very esoteric draws and cuts. The difference is the guy comes from a karate background and he is a stunt actor. He's a stunt worker as his aspirational professional. He actually just works a security job in a parking lot or something like that, but regardless. So he posts very frequently about the new training thing that he's doing. And say what you want about that guy, but he trains every day, he's making tangible progress, and he's doing his own thing, he's moving, he's actually very athletic and very cool. Sensei Zen stole his fucking flow bar for bar. The forms that he is doing is the guy's homebrew EI style. And this makes all of this so much more disgusting. ninja moving meditation, somehow different from the other one. Okay, let's see tea ceremony. Hey there, Rag. We're looking at a snake oil salesman here real quick. We have found my natural enemy. And he is a Japanese art hoe pretending to be a samurai, selling retreat courses for and lectures for multiple thousands of dollars. Look at this. Look at this.
My name is Zen Takai. I was born 60th generation samurai family. I'm teaching very traditional Japanese samurai and ninja technique. Japanese traditional samurai technique, it is called moving meditation. That's why in front of you, you have to cut the opponent. The opponent is yourself. Cut yourself and find your mind. Samurai technique is not like a fighting technique. Other martial arts more like a competition style. That's
Can't tell if it's a genius or POS, but who knows nowadays? No. He's absolutely a snake oil salesman. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't have any real sword training, and he's just scamming vapid, spiritually lost middle class millennials. That's all he does. That's the grift. The plan so far is the Oni Dojo is going to once we hit the crowdfunding goal on me climbing Mount Atago, next time I go to Japan, I will enroll into his course and I will square up against him in person and record the interaction. But that's only if the Oni Dojo hits the funding goal. Yeah, you really need a grift. Same. So far, the plan is that I am supposed to slay him in battle and teach his students how to fight for real. As Noteri put this, hit them with sticks until they learn how to no longer be hit with sticks, which is a solid plan. I kind of agree with that. Oh, is that a Maine Coon? Aggressive Maine Coon? Surely you jest. Okay. Why am I even on the YouTube front page? All right. Quick palate cleanser. Well, listen, I can do quick math on what my overheads are going to be to travel to Tsushima, and attending a course of his. I don't think I'll be allowed to do a second day. But listen, if we hit that funding goal that I have set for Japan, fuck it, I will do that. Straight arm guns. Wait, straight arm guns, but not actual guns. I don't know what that means.
Leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone.
Bop. Never gets old. Never gets old. But listen, I think if just pressing him on his real lineage is going to be enough to be disinvited from the course in receiving a full refund. It'd be like those old school kung fu movies where the whole school gets schooled. Essentially, I don't think his students would even engage. I think that, like actual arms, I see. So here's the website. Peruse that in your own time. Okay, so Noteri, where was that clip from Leaflet stream? If you have it somewhere, I'm gonna try to look for it myself. Definitely was pre-4th of July. There it is. Wonder if it's going to open correctly. It will. Okay. Click to unmute. Fuck it. Proceed. We're gonna wait for the ad to roll. You're especially offended that he claims his lineage from Hattori Hanzo. I don't know enough specifics about Hattori Hanzo. The dude that got laid out, was he the dude who was the subject of the video from earlier? No. Completely unrelated. It's just the kick streamer. We're just, I am popularizing the idea that beating kick streamers on site is morally correct. So he's a kick streamer who just got one-tapped in the streets of Japan recently. And he does that in a very satisfying way because he's very confrontational, but he's also fat and pathetic. So it's very funny to actually see him make contact with a fist. Is the ninja? He's every ninja reference. No, that I am aware of. I'm not aware to what extent he is a real person with an actual traceable history. Yeah, that one. Yes, power level tiers of women. Also known as a price range. Okay, so apparently someone has had very bad takes on Leaflet's stream. I think it was Tazuto, you said that the guy's name was. So I gave it a very brisk listen, and I didn't really see a lot of point in dwelling on someone being wrong, but then I realized that someone being wrong on a public platform that Leaflet gave him, which is... so let's listen to it.
Point. I think I've clearly explained why I think that they're important. Cleric Estrada, thank you for the prime. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So let's listen to this for a bit.
Eric Pratt, Senior Vice.
All right. One big, beautiful lawsuit. We're suing over Congress's failure over here from the gun owners of America.
Hey everyone, this is Eric Pratt, Senior Vice President for Gun Owners of America, and I am proud.
Hold on. Okay, I gotta address this real quick. Tazutu says too many hard for guns nuts are really here to really think about the situation. What are you talking about? Tazuto, what about what I said isn't logical?
Is that line too many hard for guns nuts? He really think about this. He did. Wait, I'm sorry. That's not a. These are not words that make a sentence.
No, really. Like criticize any of the logic in what I said.
Chad is actually flaying him. Is he a mod? I don't think he has a mod status, at least not in chat. No, he doesn't have a mod status in chat. Okay, let's wait for this.
And Millie's also reading the chat of everyone adding him. Yeah.
Bro is just getting flambéed by the entire chat. He loves to see it. Well, he's no longer a mod.
Like, let me know if you want to talk about it on voice too. I can do that too.
All right, here's the problem is I know you enough to know you are responsible. I trust the masses far less that can't think past less gun regulations means freedom. He's unable to write. My guy wouldn't pass a grammar test.
The problem is I know you enough to know that you're responsible. I trust the masses far less than the think past the less gun regulation means my free. Okay.
So again, this is the person who is trying to cast shade at you, Owning Dojo. This is the person who writes like this in incomplete, garbled sentences, thinks that he is better than you.
I trust the masses far less that can't think past, but less gun regulations means more freedom. Sorry.
No. So, Rag, let me explain. This is Leaflet. This is she. This is her channel. Leaflet is the good, positive party in this. Leaflet's content is great. She has some questionable takes on geopolitics just because it's kind of outside of her wheelhouse. But she's been very consistent on gun rights, and Tazuto is apparently, I don't know how you call this, a former mod, apparently a friend that she knows, who has had a horrendous take in her chat, and then he's going to have a very embarrassing meltdown in VC on stream. So I'm going to look at that. Preferably my model is also not going to spurg out. Yes, there it is. So I want to hear him talk, and I want to dispute some of the points that Leaflet doesn't engage with. So I'm not throwing shade at Leaflet here. I am curb stomping Tazuto because it's very easy and he sounds painfully retarded.
So you trust me with it, but you trust the masses far less? So like, what would your solution to that be then? Like, so the problem is, like, I guess the solution to that.
Let's hear his final solution.
Okay. So if your problem is that, like, the masses are stupid, if your problem is the masses are stupid, would you be for, like, just out of curiosity, like, would you be for, like, teaching guns at school? Like in, like, high school or something?
You mean like we used to have rifle clubs in school?
And, like, middle school, like, you teach kids how to use guns? Do you think that'd be good?
Tazuto is a self-admitted socialist anarchist. Okay.
I think that'd be a good thing.
So if he's a self-admitted socialist anarchist, he's never beating the room temperature IQ accusations. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. No, I mean, my thing is like, so like, if you say that, like, the masses are crazy, or that the masses are crazy, the masses are irresponsible, then there's ways that we can fix
really
that, right?
hard.
Can't we? Teaching them how to use guns is not will prevent them from being criminals. So do you think that there's
Teaching them how to use guns is not what will prevent them from becoming criminals. Interesting take. What do we consider criminality?
you think that there's a way to prevent people from being criminals 100%? Like, do you find that there's a way? Like, what would you?
But what does it have to do with criminals? I'm sorry, but criminals already don't follow gun laws. So deregulating gun ownership for law-abiding people has no effect, at least no contributing effect on criminality. You could argue that actually decreases criminality.
You do, realistically, right? Do you want to talk in chat? Do you want to voice chat a bit?
We are anarchists, no rules. Here's this one rule real quick, though.
No, I'm serious. I'm trying to take this in good faith. I'm not fucking yelling at you or anything, right?
I would fucking yell at him.
We're probably gonna play freaking Mecha Break together later. I'm not really, like, trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to just trying to have a real talk, you know?
All right, let's hear
what's
this.
up, man?
Leaflet is too nice sometimes.
Hey, Tazuto, how's it going? So I agree with you that
he's not, like, I'm sorry, even the voice is not passing the physiognomy check.
there's like oh, there's my Fugi. I agree with you that there are crazy people and there's criminals, obviously, right? Like, what's the solution for that, though, right? Because they're always going to exist. At least in my opinion, they're always going to exist. Do you think there's a way to make that 0%?
When it comes down to it, evil people and criminals and people that resort to, attacking and killing others and stuff, it always comes down to, like, about 3 things.
Okay.
Greed, they want something that they don't have. Need, they need something that they don't have. And, petty revenge, anger, etc.
Yes.
7 deadly sin type shit. It's those 3 things.
So it's not 3, it's like 10 things, okay?
Things that are... That
Damn,
always,
are you advocating
Greed is also one of the 7 deadly sins, by the way.
for religion?
No. Because religion has quite a history of making those things worse. Burn the witch. She turned me down. She must be a witch.
Brother, you would burn the witch because she definitely turned you the fuck down. Calm down there, brother. You sound like you've never felt the touch of the warm walls.
Burn her at the stake.
So the thing is like, evil does exist, right? Like, can we agree that, like, there are people that just have...
It does exist.
Yes. So my question is, what do we do about it, right? So you're gonna have these people in society that are bad actors, right? Like, they want to prey. They're predators, right? They want to prey on innocent people that just want to, like, live their lives, right? So, like, being that exists, what is your prescription for that? Like, what is the solution?
What
realistically, right? Because like I would agree, like,
There is There's no 100% solution to getting rid of violence completely, as history has proven.
Okay.
But there are ways to try and limit it.
Okay.
Like, for example, like, one of the 3 branches of why crime exists is need. And that's when, people really need something so badly that their life depends on it, and they'll take other lives to get it.
Okay.
That's one of the
It's actually the vast majority of criminality, but go off, King.
The only things that we can really try and control is to eliminate the such insane need for people that drives them to that extent.
Okay.
How do we do that? How do we do that? By taxing everyone to death so that there's even less economic prosperity?
I mean, that's a whole different topic, I think. But so I'm just gonna say, like, sure.
So what he's offering is fully heated space luxury communism.
But yeah, go ahead.
As for greed, there's not really much stopping greed. If people want more, they will always
Yes, insert communist living blocks, because there was definitely no violence under communism ever. Ignore the 120 million dead.
always want more.
Okay, so
someone somewhere something will always want more of something.
So let's use that then, because you said that there's no way you can stop it, right?
Almost no way, yeah.
Okay, so if greed exists, and we can both agree that greed exists and that there's no way to stop it, then what do you do about people that use that as their impetus to go after innocent people? What's your plan, basically? So there's going to be greedy people that exist, like a percentage of greedy people that exist in society that are going to harm innocent people in order to get their way, right?
So let me catch up with my chat now. Also, from what family living in Eastern Europe has told you, commie blocks are a hotbed of hive crime. Yes, I can confirm that. Having lived in the comm block for quite a while, yes, the scars of communism continue on to this day, and criminality was spawned quite successfully by the circumstances that are created by communism, largely because a lot of people were going hungry, because that's sort of part and parcel of living in a communist country. We will enjoy our luxury loaves of bread and be grateful for it to our leader. Basically, yes, if you can get any bread.
Right? Because you said that there's no way, there's nothing we can do about it. There's always going to be people like that, right? So that being said, what recourse does an innocent person have to deal with a person like that?
Of course, that always comes down to the situation, but like in a self-defense situation, I'm fine with people being armed to defend themselves.
Okay.
My problem is just that people are very short-sighted.
Hold on, wait. So you're
too many people think that, oh, if we make it so insanely easy for everyone to get guns, then automatically that just means we're safer overall.
Let me just clarify. Like,
what is insanely easy? I would say a 4473 is a reasonable boundary to go through to acquire a firearm. And I wouldn't say that it's inherently easy, because apparently lots of leftists fail that simple step. But also, I mean, I don't know about you, Texas is very nice precisely because you know that the distance between fucking around and finding out is about the length of a concealed carry handgun.
Like, let me just, make sure I understand what you said. So you are okay with there being self-defense? You think that self-defense is okay, that we can agree that there are evil people that exist for greed, and that those people will try to prey on people that are innocent, and that the recourse of a innocent person is self-defense, right? So you're not trying to bring up you should call the cops, and you're not bringing up that argument, right?
Yeah.
You don't know how short-sightedness has to do with self-defense. Being short-sighted in that situation means death. He has no point. There is no cogent point to be made. There's this other asshole in her chat named Trolls something. He starts playing the fucking man card argument later. It's absurd. You remember a former friend throwing a shit fit when she tried to buy a gun around 2016 because she got denied due to her mental... Many such cases. God. Can you tell that a lot of her friend group is spiritually Californian? to present company excluded, Patchwork, you're an honorary Texan at this point.
Just to be clear.
Self-defense within reason, of course.
What is within reason?
There's a lot of people. There are people that use the thing of self-defense to attack others.
Sure. Let's assume for the
Wait, use the thing of self-defense to attack others? How do you do that? Because, I mean, if he means what the fuck his name is, Carmelo Anthony, yes, sure. He tried to use a false claim of self-defense to justify stabbing an honor student to death.
The argument that the person's reasonable.
But I don't think that's the argument he's going to make. I don't know why, Chad. Something tells me that's going to be it. You remember a former friend throwing... Oh, wait, we read that. Spiritually California. You're barely invested in the topic, but you can't stand this guy? Yeah, same. Although I'm significantly more invested in this.
What is it? Fucking Florida? The fucking castle bullshit law? Something? I forgot what it's called.
Like castle? You mean like castle? Like you basically... Yeah, I know what you mean. Castle law.
It's that
castle
law.
Doctrine,
it's that law that makes it says like anytime you feel threatened in public by anyone, you are...
Castle Doctrine does not apply to public. Castle Doctrine applies exclusively to your domicile and to your car. Castle Doctrine means that if someone forces entry into your home, you are allowed to use lethal force to protect yourself and the people in your home. In Texas specifically, you can also, under certain circumstances, use lethal force in the defense of property under Castle Doctrine. That is Castle Doctrine. It doesn't really apply to being out in public. So strike one for not knowing what the fuck you're doing. Classic case of not understanding common parlance, yes. My home is my castle, literally. California, incidentally, has surprisingly good Castle Doctrine. Castle something, I don't know, but this is what it means. Yeah, and he's also very upset about that. He's already framing it as something else. Well, because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
You are justifiably able to take someone's life.
Wait, that's not
you felt
castle.
threatened.
Castle is like on your property, basically.
What's it called?
So castle basically means that
standard ground laws. I think that's called
stand your ground.
Stand your ground or no duty to retreat. Yes. The real. Oh, hey, there's no Terry in that chat. So, what stand your ground laws usually are, and specific to Texas, stand your ground means that if you feel that there is a reasonable threat of death or grave bodily injury, you do not have a duty to attempt to retreat before you can use lethal force to stop the threat. That is all that stand your ground is, and I think that it is a fair standard of applicable self-defense. No one should be forced to put themselves at a disadvantage by attempting to escape a violent altercation if they feel that there is a realistic threat of them suffering death or grave bodily injury. And legislating a duty to retreat is actually inhumane, authoritarian, and profoundly retarded.
If you're threatened.
Yeah. Too many people can easily abuse stand your ground laws because all they have to do
How do you
is
abuse stand your
be
ground
within,
laws?
However far their intended target and say, I feared for my life and stand your ground law, and that's why I shot and killed him.
Yeah, but
that's not how stand your ground laws work. No. No duty to retreat is specifically applied to when you are attacked, when there is measurable and clear present, when there is a clear and present threat to you, or something that a reasonable person would deem to be a clear and present threat, such as someone telling you, give me your money or I will fucking kill you. That is a clear and present threat, and you are allowed to use lethal force in that situation.
But you would have to prove that in court, though, right? Like you'd have to prove that there was a like for instance, like if a person walked up to me and I just shot them, then like it wouldn't. I would have to be able to prove in court that I actually did have what's the word? That I had a reasonable fear for my life.
But if the other person is dead, who exactly is going to argue against your claim?
Well, I mean, like, you know,
The state usually argues against that claim because there is now a body. You can't have a dead body in a vacuum. The state has a duty to investigate how this body was produced. Why has a taxpayer died? And it's going to investigate the circumstances of that. And then they're going to arrive to a logical conclusion of you having killed him. This is homicide because you were killed by a different person. Rather, he was killed by a different person, that is you. Then the state will examine the circumstances of that killing in order to determine whether it was criminal homicide, illegal, or it was justifiable homicide, also known as self-defense.
But nowadays we live in a world with a lot of cameras. I mean, obviously, I mean, you could say the same thing with like.
Let me catch up with chat for a moment there. It takes a couple of drinks for you to even join a Discord voice chat. You'd have to be close to blackout to do this live on stream. You know, you get used to it after a while. This guy is happily showing his ass. Well, here's the thing. He has big opinions, but he doesn't really know, well, much about anything. But he's got some big fucking opinions that have been repeated to him, back at him by his mouth breather friends, and he thinks that he's gonna show them damn right-wingers what's fucking what.
Any crime, basically, that it would be hard to prove it, like in the middle of nowhere, right?
Martin.
What about Trayvon Martin?
Is Trayvon Martin? Hold on, is that the?
That's the kid that got killed by the one dude.
Is that the hands up, don't shoot guy?
Yeah, no. Trayvon Martin wasn't killed by that one dude. Trayvon Martin assaulted a 5-foot-tall Mexican kid and attempted to bash his head into the pavement. Well, not a kid, okay, but I say a kid, but he was like 5 foot nothing tall. He was assaulting George Zimmerman, beating his head into the pavement, at which point George Zimmerman drew his gun and killed him in self-defense.
No, that
Sorry,
was,
this is a while ago. I don't remember. Is
that
this,
was the
is this a security guard? This is the security guard one, right?
No, not a security guard. It's just a regular citizen. It was the self-proclaimed neighborhood watch dude that was driving around in his truck at night armed. And found this black kid that was
driving around your neighborhood armed is perfectly legal in Florida.
You know, walking down the street. Came from the marketplace, and he was angry that there were like recent break-ins, that he got robbed recently or something, and he confronted this kid on the sidewalk, and he ended up murdering him.
Okay. No. He's skipping some important parts because Trayvon Martin assaulted George Zimmerman and started smashing his head into the pavement. There are x-rays of Zimmerman's cracked skull. Actually, let me find those. George Zimmerman. X-rays. Let's see. Head trauma. Come on. Oh, there it is. So avert your eyes if you're squeamish. But this was the state of George Zimmerman by the time he was able to draw his gun and fire on Trayvon Martin. That doesn't seem to match the story that's being spun here now, does it?
Okay, so
He was completely unarmed.
Real quick, so I don't actually know like enough about the pure details of the case. So I'm going to just kind of take this from a philosophical.
Wouldn't Zimmerman be in prison? They tried to throw him in prison, but his case, the case against him was thrown out because of stand your ground laws in Florida. The jogger wearing construction boots going through properties? No, that's a different shooting case. That is... I forget the name of that one, actually.
Angle, so I'm just going to trust you as far as the details, okay? So, like, this isn't... of course, if this isn't true, this isn't what happened, that would, of course, alter my ideas on it, right?
She's making the mistake of taking a socialist at his word.
Let me hear from you again, and then I'll tell you what my point of view is on it.
Chat is pointing out that there was a legitimate self-defense.
Yeah, what
claim.
happened from your point of view?
So there were like a couple break-ins or something in that neighborhood.
Or
and
something.
This dude, George Zimmerman, I fucking hate saying his name.
Okay.
Why? Was mad and just started driving around
Mad
at
why?
night in his truck.
He's just mad.
He was mad. I think he was one of the people that got robbed.
Okay,
But
he
they
mad
didn't
because he got
find who
robbed.
did
Got
it or
robbed.
something.
Okay. Okay. go ahead.
And so he was driving around at night in his truck
Mm-hmm.
with his with his firearm.
Which are all things that are legal, and generally, if you want your community to be safe, you can't always rely on the cops, and patrolling your own neighborhood as a thing that you have every right to do.
And he sees this black young teenager walking down the street, and he gets out of his car and goes over and starts like yelling at him, confronting him, and like, "What are you doing around here? You fucking like stealing and breaking into places." And this kid, you know, no idea who the fuck this guy is just like, you know, just trying to stand up for
So
himself.
he's just walking. The kid is just walking at night.
First of all, he's not just a kid. He was 6 foot tall and I believe 250 pounds heavy. So he's larger and heavier than I am. And I am larger than most adult people. They weren't even going to make the case, but Eric Holder and the Obama admin wanted to fucking hang him from a rope for racial divisions. Yes, I do remember that. I remember The Daily Show doing frequent segments about that. Definitely not a propaganda outlet of the Democratic Party. Clan culture isn't perfect. It's important to specify what clan you mean, Rago, because in America, the word clan has different connotations, although it is spelled with a K. Clan culture would have just sat down between clans. See, I prefer a structured legal system. When the legal system works, it's fine. All we have to do is follow the laws on the books. It's not difficult. Remember that this and then level of storytelling drives most leftist narratives. Yes, by skipping over very important parts of the story.
Right.
So a lot of people are saying apparently they got into a physical
A lot of people. So no clear sources.
Okay, what happened?
Saying that Trayvon had like hit his head against the sidewalk or
yes,
something.
that happened.
Wait, what? Like, hold on. There's a physical altercation. Who started it?
Well, let's think about it. Who?
So what
up to the
happened?
kid and started it in the first place.
So he got out. So he sees the kid. No, I only got so far as he just sees the kid. He gets out of his car, and then he
confronts him.
Incorrect. He called the cops saying that he sees a suspect who matches the description of someone who was performing break-ins in the area. He then followed him to keep tabs on him, not in a car, on foot, and then the guy turned around and attacked him. And in the process of attacking George Zimmerman, he got shot.
And so he says, like, you're stealing shit? Like, bro, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, nobody knows what exactly was said because there's no recording or nothing of what exactly was said in this altercation.
Okay.
But it ended up into a fist fight.
So you don't know what happened either. so it's an unknown. Like what was talked about, like by your own admission, is unknown. We don't know.
So you're talking
that is
shit.
shrouded in darkness.
Yes, no one knows exactly what was said between them.
Okay, so
but
can you
ended up in a fight?
So you can't see like a
But you
possible world in which for
No.
instance, like if I was okay, so say I put myself in the shoes of Zimmerman, I guess, right? I get out of my car and there's a kid that's acting sus, and I'm like supposedly, you know, neighborhood watch or whatever, right? I've been robbed before, so I go out and I say like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And he says, "Fuck
He's
you,
talking
man."
like he's
And then, like,
brand-
he goes,
just a
"Fuck you,
second.
man. I'm gonna kick your ass."
He's talking like he's brand new to human interactions. I assume that he doesn't have a lot of human interaction, but also he's trying to spin a narrative that's actively falling apart, because Leaflet is poking holes in it very quickly.
And he like walks up to me in a threatening manner. Then wouldn't you think that using force would be okay?
No.
Really? Okay, so let me make it like even more clear. Say like the other guy said, "I'm gonna kill you," and you walked up to him, because again, this is in the darkness. We don't know what they said, right? So like if he so in this world, if the other guy walked up to you and said, and said, "Don't talk to me like that. I'll fucking kill you." And then like, he walks up to you in a threatening manner, you wouldn't think.
So, if you want it to look good for the jury, when someone makes a verbal threat, you disengaging is usually the preferable scenario, and it's going to look better in front of a jury. And if you're carrying a gun, generally you don't want the fucking smoke. So if someone is just being a belligerent asshole, leaving is your better option 100% of the time. If there is a physical interaction that is visited upon you, and it is coupled with the threat of death or grave bodily injury, that becomes assault. That becomes assault with intent to inflict death or grave bodily injury, in which case, yes, you can draw and fire. There are some external circumstances that are going to further color this, and also I'm not your lawyer and this is not legal advice.
That self-defense would be a good idea there. Because you don't know what the other guy's capable of, right? Like, you don't know him.
Yeah, see, here's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Put yourself in Trayvon Martin's shoes.
Okay.
You're a kid at night. Walking from the store with nothing but a fucking bag of Skittles in your pocket.
I specifically remember not assaulting people smaller than me as a kid, and I still don't.
Okay.
This dude comes out of his truck at night and starts confronting you about something.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be afraid of this grown-ass man that's was fucking stalking you
Well,
in
if
his
you were
truck?
It's a grown-ass man who's also a full head smaller than you, yeah, sure.
Afraid of him,
At
like,
night?
if you were afraid of him, wouldn't you try to, like, basically disengage from the situation? You'd be like, hey, I didn't do anything, I'll get out of here, or something like that, right? You wouldn't, like again, like, the entire situation is
You wouldn't smash his head into the pavement.
shrouded in darkness. We don't know what they said. So, like, what I'm saying is a possibility, right? It is a possibility that he said, like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You wouldn't say that in that kind of a situation, right?
Second, hands up showing you're not a threat. De-escalating literally saved your life a few times. It usually is. Normally, in most cases, it is the correct way to exit a situation. Like, I carry a gun on me every day. It's there as a backstop for when I cannot leave a situation that's been visited upon me. Running is the last option. Never had to do that. All viable options is not engaging in a fight. Yep.
Right? Like, a reasonable person wouldn't, like, a guy comes out of his car and says, like, hey, man, like, you're
saying not a kid in chat. He was 17. Y'all shut up.
Not a kid. Yeah, he was also significantly larger.
That doesn't matter. Like, him being a kid or not doesn't matter. It's like just ignore that. So, like, if you got out of your car and then he basically said, like I'm gonna kill you, that's a possibility, right? Because we don't know what was said. So you can't see a possible world in which the other person was right to...
The only person that was alive left to say what happened was the person that killed another person.
Yes, but that doesn't
believe.
But that doesn't... Yes.
Everything he said is truthful.
Well, obviously, like, a person that is, a person obviously is going to argue in their own defense, whether that's lying or not, right? But that doesn't have any effect on, like, what the possible truth could have been.
I mean, only one of them had their head beaten against the pavement. That's verifiable fact.
Right, because then you're ascribing, you're basically saying that he's guilty for being alive.
Your little bro was 2 feet taller than you and way heavier when he was 17. Yeah, with an age difference of 10 years. Yeah, that's very, very frequent. Trayvon Martin was a beefy unit. He was significantly larger than Zimmerman, which is likely why he thought that he could just use violence against him so flagrantly.
For being the survivor of a self-defense encounter, right? So, like, for instance, like, say
that he engaged in the first place.
You don't know that.
Yes, but
if he was actually trying to find a
criminal, no, that's hearsay. You don't know if he engaged in the encounter.
He would have called 911.
He did call.
He wouldn't have engaged.
He did call the police, and he was tracking him to let the police know where he is exactly.
And he would have let.
Well, I mean, if it's
someone else try to investigate it.
If it's your, I mean, you could say that, like, possibly, like, he was out of line for getting out of his car and saying like, hey, like this is my neighborhood, I don't know who you are, what are you doing here? But, you know, being
Yeah,
that
but we don't know if that's what he said.
We don't, again, we don't.
Someone
but it's
who
a
is
possibility,
so
right?
mad at being robbed, they went out in their car at night.
Is it a
armed.
possibility that he could have said that?
He was on foot. He was not in his car, but that's an irrelevant point that he's also getting wrong.
That's my point.
It's a possibility he could have
Exactly.
said anything in the world.
Because it's shrouded in darkness, so we don't know, right? We have to make assumptions, right?
Oh yeah, she's
so like,
very
are you
patient.
saying like there's not a single world?
To be fair, she's also fully cognizant of the fact that she's currently farming this retard for content.
Like not a single like fragment of reality in which that could have been the case. There were other witnesses apparently,
There's
is what Chad's saying. I don't know. I don't know the. I'm basically
the only real witness was some lady that heard like muffled something. They couldn't make out fucking anything.
We're getting a little far from the topic, but my point is that let's assume like two different scenarios within this exact same thing that you said, right? Again, I don't know what happened here. I don't know what evidence there is. I'm strictly, and this is for chat too, I'm strictly going off of what I'm being told by Tazuto. Okay, so I don't know what happened. So I'm not
which is not a very reliable source of information, as we have proven.
I'm not judging either of them based on something that I have any sort of personal knowledge on. I'm just gonna have to.
What are the odds that this guy took this conversation somewhere and framed it like he was right? No, I think he was so thoroughly burned in effigy by chat and embarrassed by Leaflet in public that he pretends he's probably just entirely excised this conversation from his memory. I had an intention of trying to pick a fight with him in the dedicated server channel that apparently, what is it, the Thunderdome or something like that? But I'm going to be on the lookout for this character. It would be interesting to tartar-angle him a little bit.
To trust what is being said, okay? And if that's wrong, then of course, if that's wrong, of course, I would change my point of view, okay? So let's say like two different scenarios here, right? Let's say that in one case, Zimmerman said, hey man, like, what are you doing here? Because again, we don't know, right? This is shrouded in darkness. Either of these could be true. He gets out of his car, says, hey man, what are you doing here? Like, you know, a lot of places are getting broken into. Like, I don't know you, you're not from here. And then he goes, the fuck you want? I'll kill you. Walks up to him, like in a threatening
pushes him to the ground, punches him in the face, and beats his head against the pavement. Those are important components of that interaction.
way, and then the other guy defends himself. That's like one possibility. There's another possibility where he gets out of his car and he says, hey, F you, like, you know, N-bomb, get the hell out of here, and then, like, I'm gonna kill you. And then he walks up to the other guy, and then the other guy defends himself. And then, you know, in the scuffle, the other guy ends up killing him, and then says, oh, I didn't do anything, like, he was up against me. Those are two, like, possible realities, like, just based on the information that I've been given. So in one case, in that other case, obviously I would be on the side of Martin, right? That would be the guy, right? Trayvon. I'd be on his side, obviously. But in the other case, I would be on Zimmerman's side. Because can you see, like, how without the evidence here, like, just a scenario that, like, you brought up to me, like, even that has multiple interpretations, correct?
Yeah. Every situation of unknowns is open to any kind of interpretation.
Yeah, and then we would have to, you know, go to court for that, right? It's like the only, I mean, that's how it exists, right?
Second, catching up with chat. Seen so much stuff on this terrible internet we have made. Where they pick parts of what convo debate and put it into a TikTok or something, making them look good until the first person who holds a brain cell watches. See, that's why I just don't watch TikTok, and that's why I don't have any content on TikTok, because I don't want the TikTok audience. Oh, I see No Terry fighting with someone. Trollbardian? Is that the guy who we're talking about? Let's see what he said. Trollbardian. What were you responding to in particular? Leaf said biological sex, height, and weight have to do with gun self-defense. They were about the same height. No, they were not. Trayvon Martin had a significant height and weight advantage. Zimmerman had 35 pounds of advantage. No, he did not. Why is he being a little bitch and use a gun? fight a thief with your bare hands. Why a gun? Zimmerman lost his man card. No, he did not. That's not how that works, my guy. I am a significantly better striker and grab. Whenever someone says that, you know that they cannot fight, and they have never received a real ill-intentioned punch to the face. That is what someone who cannot fight and does not understand fighting says.
We try to like find the truth through investigations, right?
Is based entirely on the survivor, so it's not trustworthy.
Well, I mean, we don't. I mean, okay. So
there's no recorded evidence or nothing.
But here's what I'm saying though. Like, what if the scenario I said was the truth? Then you would say the same thing, right? Even though it is the truth, even though he is innocent. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it has no, like, him being the survivor is not does not dictate whether or not he's wrong or not.
I'm thinking whether or not
point.
I want to keep the Omomoris or if I want to cut down on the number of vertices.
Obviously, everybody would say things in their own favor, right? But that doesn't change the fact that it could be real. Yeah.
He's got nothing. That's
so
it. He's
this
flat
is kind of like
line.
really far from what we were talking about, but that's like how I would take that situation. Like, again, two different ways in which like I would consider him guilty or I consider him not guilty. It just depends.
So the point is, Tazuto doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Looking at it just from a specific viewpoint, a kid out minding his business, walking somewhere, completely unarmed, nothing, minding his business.
Well, I mean, that's not 100.
Was able to be confronted by an armed grown man.
That's not 100%. That's not.
That's not what happened though.
100. I mean, we don't know. We don't.
Nothing happened. Like, that kid is not implicated in anything.
Well, he was implicated in beating the guy's head into the pavement. That's enough to die.
Well, okay, hold on. According to your own account, we don't know what happened.
Sure
like, do you have extra evidence? Do you have extra evidence?
Sure sounds like Tazuto was talking out of his ass.
I don't know.
We don't know what words were exchanged.
Yeah, we don't. That's my point.
Words are not grounds for use of lethal force. Alone, without any circumstantial evidence or any other interactions.
From looking at it from an overall standpoint,
I don't think that makes him automatically innocent. You know, if a kid is.
So any black kid walking down the street at night
has nothing to do with him being black. It actually has nothing to do with him being black. Like a kid walking late at night.
He tried it.
Pretty sure.
So
what about Florida? Are the Cubans now racist? Well, I mean, Cubans maybe.
Pretty sure there was something to do with it.
So a kid walking.
So he's now ascribing intent to a situation he barely knows about. Interesting. The shooter was Hispanic, by the way. Yes, that's an important detail.
In the middle of the night, in an area that I mean, assume he doesn't belong in because he doesn't know him, right? Obviously, because if he knew him, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I know him." He's like, so he's just fucking around, right? But if any kid was walking around at night in the middle, you know, in a neighborhood he doesn't belong in, a place that has been robbed several times.
How does he know?
Well,
so I ask you.
How does he know that he doesn't belong there? Is it his neighborhood? No, at night. Then he doesn't belong there at night.
How did he know that the kid didn't belong there?
Well, I mean, like I assume that like if he's
normally you know your neighbors.
The neighborhood watch, he probably would have known people that live in the area, right? Like that's a possibility. We don't know.
How many of y'all know every one of your neighbors down your entire street in your neighborhood?
I can recognize the faces of most of my neighbors, and I don't even live in a cul-de-sac.
I mean, did he live there though? Do we know? Surely we have that info. Do we have that info? Surely that's like something we could look up.
Let's see.
Oh no, not verifiable information.
No, that's 2 V's.
But I mean, like okay, so even in the case, like, so I don't even have to fight this thing.
He was visiting his father's fiance at the retreat at Twin Lakes in Sanford, Florida.
So he had family in there, but he didn't live there, so he didn't know the guy, basically. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. Is that
well? Even in the case,
I mean, why is he starting fights with people there?
Well, like even in the case that he did know him, well, you don't know if he threatened him. according to your own account, you don't know what happened in that scenario, right? According to your own account,
all I know is that an armed man killed an unarmed person. So.
What was the unarmed person doing to the armed man? I feel like we're skipping over important context for fully coloring this interaction. Probably intentionally. Yeah, even if you don't know the names of people you've seen for like 20 years, fair enough. Oni Dojo, let's distract from Tazuto being a retard for a moment. How do we feel about the horns? I kind of want to remove the horns for the tactical stuff. For one, I'm trying to conserve vertices. I think let's remove the horns. Just for vertices economy. Yeah, I think we're gonna go do with that. What say you about the Iron Halo? Let's see. There it is. Is the Iron Halo not scaled down? We're in object mode, right? Okay. 0.5. Okay, it's not scaled down. So 0.5 on everything, please. And we're gonna move this around over here. I'm gonna center it later. Just saw a lady cleaning up this spot. It used to be your smoking spot for when you smoke, hiding from parents. You know, the kids who left their trash, you would usually pick it up when you went for your smoke. Well, yeah, it's all in the small little, it's in the little interactions between you and the people around you, basically. I want to move that slightly backwards, because the head is big, disproportionately so. We may want to upscale the, both of you need to be moved into 0 coordinates. Okay. I'm not sure if we want to keep the halo. Well, let me play around with its size, and I will decide. It doesn't look as cool when it's not rigged, actually. You know what? I think it's going to detract from the halo to have it on the chibi model, and it is supposed to be, you know, sort of a resource conserving model. So we're gonna remove that. Okay, we're going to, what is this? Oh, that's the spare armature we were using. Okay, so we can delete that because that's a reference model. Oh boy. Let's see if I can't delete the entire collection instead. All right, let's keep listening.
Doesn't matter though. So say I am armed. Say I'm armed, and then like a 6-foot dude like walked up to me. It doesn't even matter. He doesn't have to be 6 foot. Say like any person.
It does matter. The disparity of force is a component of self-defense. So leaflet being 5 foot nothing is material versus an assailant who is 6 foot. What is this?
Like attacked me in whatever way. Like even unarmed. Like maybe he threw a rock at me. Maybe he was walking up to me with his fist. And if I shot him with my gun, it doesn't mean that I'm not the one in self-defense. Right?
Yes.
So that doesn't matter.
It doesn't automatically mean that.
Zimmerman chose to put himself in a dangerous position.
No, that's not how that works. It's as long as you are in a place where you are allowed to be legally and you can legally own a gun, that's not incriminating circumstances.
A potentially dangerous position.
Yes, so
the potentially dangerous position of being in his own neighborhood.
Okay, so even if he was, so say like he did, all right, again, since you don't know the thing, let me paint to you a story, right? Like, so say, you know, he's concerned about his community being robbed, so he decides like, oh, you know, he decides like, I'm gonna do the good thing, and I'm gonna kind of patrol the neighborhood and make sure that there's no bad actors. And then he sees the kid, right? And then he talks to him and he's like, hey man, like, what are you doing around here? Other guy aggresses on him and then attacks him, and then he uses deadly force to protect himself.
Perfectly
So was the kid not entitled to self-defense either?
No, not if you're
Well, if he was attacked, he would be, but Zimmerman was smaller, and he definitely didn't attack him.
You're the aggressor. So like talking to a person,
we don't know who's
no,
the
we
aggressor.
don't. Yeah, we don't. So like both worlds would exist.
The aggressor is determined by who attacks the other person. It's actually very easy to determine.
Same time, right? You don't know. That's what I mean. It's like Schrodinger's box, right? We don't know what actually happened in there.
She's talking to barely sentient lamppost. Yes.
So my point is like you're drawing a conclusion. You're drawing a conclusion when you don't have enough information.
We don't know what
yeah,
happened.
but you're already assuming that he's innocent. Like you're the one who brought this up. So you brought this up. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. You brought this up against my argument for having firearms for self-defense, correct?
You know what my other concern is? I'm not sure if I should keep the writing on the belt, because the writing is not a texture. Let me see if you can see it. But these are like 3D modeled kanji. So that's actually a lot to render. We're introducing a lot of vertices here. Let me switch over into edit mode. Like that's a lot of complex geometry. I think the writing will have to go as well. As much as it pains me. I really like the kanji. At some point I will probably properly rig it. But that's not going to be today. So I think we're going to lose those as well. We need to be mindful of the fact that this is, for all intents and purposes, a downscaled model.
Not exactly, but...
Why did you bring it up then? What was the point of bringing up the story?
Chat posting bangers over there. Zimmerman is guilty of surviving contact with diversity.
It's kind of hard to remember the start. Between everyone adding at me all the damn...
I mean, it's kind of hard to remember the start when you're retarded enough to be an unironic socialist.
Time in chat.
Okay, so
between 5 people at once.
Oh no, everyone is adding me for saying something profoundly stupid in a public forum.
So then, do you want to forfeit this argument then?
The original point of argument gets cloudy.
Yeah, so do you want to forfeit this? We can just reset, or just like pretend like this never happened.
Forfeit? No, that's not what forfeit means. Forfeit means he fucking lost.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so we go back now.
I just think, like, for the end of that, just a pin in the end of that, I think he should have gotten some kind of charges. Because...
Why?
There was nothing to prove his story of him.
Except for, like, his cracked skull and his lacerated face.
But there's nothing to prove the other side either. So you want to?
Exactly.
So
he still
hold on.
ended up killing someone.
So you think he should be charged for something when it could possibly have been?
The legal system works on a premise of innocent until proven guilty. Such a kind girl. Yes, she is entirely too kind.
Purely self-defense. So because we don't know,
it could have, but there is zero evidence.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that a person should be?
If there is no evidence to convict someone of a crime, they are by default not guilty. Get fucked.
Be proven innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Do you agree with that? Yes.
Also, the evidence that we do have is that he was having his head beaten into the pavement by someone significantly larger than him. So there was disparity of force in play.
Or no?
Yeah.
Then why shouldn't you afford the same benefit to him?
Let me double check the...
Because he killed somebody.
Okay,
that doesn't mean anything though. So so you're saying that he's guilty of killing somebody.
Shit happens.
He's guilty of killing somebody, and that him being guilty of killing somebody automatically
should not be able
makes him guilty of murder.
You should not be able to take a life for free.
Okay, so
there has to be some kind of punishment.
Okay.
That's not true. Here's the thing. You're not the one deciding to take a life in a self-defense scenario. The person who's decided that they can assault you is the person who is basically forfeiting their life in that interaction.
Okay, so
Make
say
it
there was
like manslaughter or something at least.
Hold on. Okay, so according to
no, manslaughter would imply fault. You are not at fault for killing someone who is trying to kill you.
So let me steal my argument. You said that if you kill
nothing...
Hold on, let me steal my argument. So you're saying that if a person kills another person, there should be charges. Yes.
For one, it's not free because self-defense ammo is fucking expensive. It's at least $1.20 per shot, so that's already not free.
That's what you said, right?
It's depending.
Depending on what?
Like every other case, depending.
Depending on what?
We have the time. Let's rig the pants
Depending on,
properly.
like, information, provable cause.
But you don't have that. Yeah, but you don't have that though. That's the whole point, right? You said that in this cat box you don't have info, right?
That's the point I'm making of this case. There is zero proof of whatever the fuck he says happened actually happened.
So he should be guilty for that.
The proof that exists is that he killed somebody, but there's no proof to correlate.
That's not proof in and of himself. $1,000 Tazuto would cry victim if he were ever forced to kill someone in order to defend his life, and would demand that he doesn't get punished for it. Yeah, absolutely.
What actually happened? Because he's the only one that's, survived the encounter.
Okay, let me
Should
present.
get some type of charge because there's nothing to prove.
Okay, let
his
me
story 100%.
hold on.
That is so
he's guilty
profoundly
then.
retarded.
So
Guilty
he's
of killing someone. Yes.
So okay, so let me present you a situation. Okay.
Here's the thing.
Let's say
there is such a thing that's called justifiable homicide. Justifiable homicide is legal and comes with no penalty because it is justifiable.
that you're in the middle of nowhere. You're in the cornfield. Okay. You have a gun. 10 Ku Klux Klan / neo-Nazi hybrids walk up to you. And they're like, "What are you doing here, boy? You don't belong here. We're gonna fucking kill you." And then you mow them all down with like your gun, right? Because they're gonna kill you, right? Are you guilty of killing them all now? Like, are you guilty of murder, basically, because you killed them all? Yes?
Yep.
Really? Okay, I don't think we can agree then. That's kind of weird. I don't know. It's wild.
There's also, 10 less Ku Klux Klan, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but you're
hybrids
guilty
in the
now. You
world,
should go to
so,
jail, right? You should go to jail for this, right? Because you killed 10 people.
For a time.
How long should you go to jail?
So
You
he
killed 10
thinks-
people. That's a lot. That's like
I
some.
don't know. That's
It's like
all
life in prison
judicial.
levels,
That's
right?
all-
Of shit, right?
That's all
It's crazy.
That's all judicial
Yeah,
stuff.
death penalty, dude. You killed 10 people. You're like a mass killer, right?
By that logic, he is.
Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
Why would I be in the middle of a cornfield surrounded by Ku Klux Klan in the first place?
That's
How would you feel
irrelevant
if you
to the
didn't eat
argument.
breakfast this morning?
So that's like one thing about those hypotheticals. They're too far out there to ever be actual.
No, the reason that you have these is because you create a hypothetical in order to understand what
He didn't answer the question. Breakfast non-perceiver.
a person truly believes, right? You have to make it ridiculous to prove a point. That's what I mean. I'm trying to understand your ideology, not like a specific situation.
Fucking beyond
I don't really care about the
parody.
specific situation. That's why it's so ridiculous. I made it ridiculous on purpose,
The ideology
so that I can
is
understand like your point of
the
view.
ideology is someone died. There is zero evidence of what actually happened and who was the aggressor. So the one that did kill someone should get some kind of time or even a fucking fine.
Why?
Something.
See, this is why it's
Community
relevant.
Service.
This is
Why?
Something.
This is why it's relevant.
There has to be
Tazuto.
some kind of punishable
Okay.
action for
No, there
taking
doesn't.
life.
This is why it's relevant, okay? The 10 neo-Nazi people in the field came after you. They said they were going to kill you, and they pulled out knives, and then you freaking shot all of them. You did kill 10 people. So do you get charged because you killed 10 people?
10 people surrounded by knives.
Yeah.
That's way
There's
different
10.
than
Okay,
an
let's say
unarmed
that
kid.
they're not armed. Let's say they're not armed. Say
It's not different for the purposes of adjudicating self-defense, though.
they were just gonna beat you, they were just gonna kill you with their fists. And then you had a gun and you mowed all of them down. Are you guilty of murdering 10 people?
Let's be
Should
fair. I'm
you-
a terrible shot, and also
That
I'm the
doesn't matter,
type that
though.
I will-
That doesn't matter.
I'm the type that I won't shoot someone in center mass.
So you
I
would
will
just
aim for your legs.
Okay. Let's assume that you
Assuming that being shot in the legs, like the femoral artery, is not a deadly injury, how retarded can one person be?
aim for their legs and then you missed and you know, by the grace of God, you headshot all 10 of them, okay? So now in this situation, are you guilty?
It's high noon.
Yeah, you high noon them, bro. You like found the hammer, they all fucking got headshot. Like, holy shit, you know? Like, Fortuna shines on you. What would you say that you're guilty now and like you deserve to be punished?
Sure sounds
Because
like
10
it.
people wanted to kill you and you killed all of them?
Guilty of killing 10 people? Sure.
Yeah, so what should your punishment be? What should you have as a punishment?
I don't know how they decide time and stuff for that.
So I don't know is
What
the
would you
answer.
do? You're the judge.
Then why the fuck are you talking?
You're the judge of your own trial. But you have to be consistent. You have to give the same punishment to the other guy.
Let me math.
Math. Okay, interesting. He's breaking out the math, guys. Come on, he's gonna math at us.
Self-defense.
Oni Dojo, banger idea. Should we invite Tazuto for a live debate? I am going to paywall that. There is no way I'm doing that for free. Because I run a realistic risk of just shooting myself in the process.
Self-defense claim is unsuccessful. Penalties can range from manslaughter, a second-degree felony with 2 to 20 years in prison, to murder, a first-degree felony, 599
Yeah,
years
that's
without
unsuccessful.
penalty.
That's in the case of unsuccessful self-defense claims. So that's not what we're talking about.
If we're being generous at 2 years a person, that's like maybe 20 years. 10 counts of manslaughter.
So the other guy should get 2 years, is what you're saying.
Some
that'd be fair.
Colored material over here.
I guess.
So you're going to jail for 20 years because you killed 10 people that were trying to kill you.
It's 10 less.
So you don't believe
in the world.
So you don't believe in self-defense then?
He's past. That's a good point. So basically, he's implying that you should go to jail for 10 years for fending off 10 people who were trying to kill you. That's what happens in Russia. That is Russian self-defense law, and European, incidentally.
I believe in self-defense.
But how? I mean, like, so you think that the self-defender should be punished?
If it cannot be proven.
So you don't believe in innocent until proven guilty? Right? Because you're ascribing guilt already, regardless of the situation. If a person kills another person, they're guilty regardless. That's what you're saying, right?
People that kill other people should feel guiltless.
Yeah, that's my point.
If it was a justifiable killing, then yes.
I think so, yeah. If an innocent person is aggressed with bodily harm and they kill the person, I don't think they should feel guilty for it, no.
Yeah, but we don't know who the aggressor is.
Yeah, we don't.
But
in the case of you...
In the hypothetical scenario, no, we know who the aggressor is. We've outlined that as part of the hypothetical. He definitely can't answer the breakfast question. 100% he fumbles the breakfast question.
Too many people
in the case of the KKK thing.
Like, even just look
Hold
You need to ask a different question because your response to that question depends on a reference. Okay, go for it.
Like, just briefly.
In the case of the KKK thing, you know you're innocent. But you would still send yourself to jail, right? So it doesn't matter, basically.
Breakfast non-perceiver confirmed.
Well, it's all the act of taking a life, regardless of how, is punishable, in your opinion. I'm just trying to understand, like if I'm wrong, if I'm strawmanning your argument, then just tell me.
I'm not sure you can strawman any harder.
Your mouth or get the gotcha argument or anything. I just want to understand what you're saying.
To an extent.
Okay. Yeah, I just think we won't agree on it then, really. I mean, I don't agree with that. So, yeah, it's just it is what it is,
Sucks to suck, nerd.
Like, knowing what I do know of what happened,
you don't know shit.
Just like briefly, like looking over what people are saying in the chat, the information of what happened then and what people are saying now has changed so dramatically. It's an entire different. It's like it's being treated as an entire different situation. That happened.
It sure sounds like Tazuto got his breakdown of the situation from The Daily Show.
That usually just happens.
It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. It's like, so now it just seems to be publicly, acknowledged. It seems to be publicly acknowledged that, oh yeah, Trayvon was just a dirty, scummy criminal. The record a mile long. He had it coming, etc. Type
No lie detected?
The shit I see people saying.
Yeah, I mean,
about
it
this
doesn't
random
matter.
kid
It
that was
doesn't.
walking down the sidewalk at night.
It doesn't
And it's
really
like,
matter what people
not right.
say though in the chat, right? Like we're just talking you and me.
Oh, I know.
Right? Yeah. So anyway, I don't think we're gonna agree on it because like it's like I said, like I think that my point of view is that you should be able to defend yourself if somebody attacks you with threat of violence, really, or a threat of bodily harm. I feel like you should be able to defend yourself.
I do believe you should defend yourself, but if there's
but you go to jail though, right?
If there's no proof that you didn't start it,
you don't really believe in that. Well, I mean, even in the case when you were in the cornfield, you didn't start it. You were just there, right?
But that's a hypothetical, made up, imaginary scenario.
Yes, hypotheticals are how mental experiments are how we measure reality, and we project out our responses in a realistic scenario that approximates a legal case. Laws are usually written as hypotheticals until such time there is a precedent where that law is going to be applied.
Being an imaginary scenario,
actual real life scenario that happened.
Hold on. So you should still be able
to. Have I seen Trope d'Elite? No, I have not. Is that something that I can Google? Just a second. Trope d'Elite. Oh, Elite Squad. Okay. Is that a movie? That's a movie. 51% critic score, 8 out of 10 IMDb score. Interesting. Clearing the slums of Rio before the visit of the Pope. Okay. Well, you can just give me the synapse.
to apply the same logic and your same beliefs to a hypothetical scenario, right? Like it doesn't matter.
Watch that
like,
on the Discord.
This is what I mean. It's like how I feel about both situations would be the same, regardless of like how crazy it was, right? Like you could literally like increase the parameters by like 1 million, and I would still say the same thing. That's what I mean. It's like basically my thoughts on the matter
We're still
are very grounded and consistent, right? It doesn't matter. Like all that matters is like what information we have, and I would make the same decision in every single time. That's what I mean. Anyway, I don't think we're gonna agree, and I need to like finish watching the videos, otherwise we won't get to play Mecha Break with each other, and I really do want to play Mecha Break with you. So like, yeah, we'll maybe just agree to disagree here. All right, thanks, Saz. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one, man.
What a raging, drooling retard. Holy shit. Please get better friends, Leaflet. Quick palate cleanser.
Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone.
Bop. Just brings joy to my day. Synapse. BOP is awesome. They don't do civil rights. Fuck gangsters, get shot, nerd. Well, basically the El Salvador model. I can get behind that. Okay, so we have assembled our chibi, but our chibi still needs to be edited in Unity. So what I will do is we have our object mode. We're going to select the entire armature. We're going to export this as a VRM file. And we're going to export that into, where is my chibi versions? I'm trying to maintain a good version catalog here. So you are going to be Chibi 2.0. If I can find the Chibi history. I can't find the Chibi history. Interesting. Well, okay then. You are Chibi Kuro 2.0. All right, let's export that, then we're going to move on to Unity. I've seen so many one arm in the ear knockouts. What do you mean? What is a one arm in the ear knockout? Please explain further. Please elaborate. Alright, did it export? Losing my voice a little bit. Let me pour some warm tea real quick. So that was definitely a hoot and a holler to listen to. They're on the ground and the arm is sticking up. That weird thing. Oh, you mean the fencing response? That is a reaction to sustaining a a shock to the brain. Essentially, it means that they have been they've been traumatized so much that their nervous system is is hot wiring itself. Generally, it's an indicator of very, very severe brain trauma. Okay, Chibi Crow 2.0. We have the completed VRM. We're going to save this file. All right, saved. We're going to close Blender. And we're going to open Unity Hub. Let me check how long is the first episode of Oskaratebu. Maybe we can start watching it on stream. Your day could only be more complete if it was the author of Ippo who knocked that idiot out. That is now my headcanon. That is, I choose to believe that because the voices told me so. You've seen a lot of that severe brain trauma? Well, yeah, that's usually how you find that out. You've never knocked someone out? No, I definitely I did a number of times. One of them was a flying cartwheel kick too. That was definitely something. Not really a cartwheel kick. It's more of I need to find the video of Tsukamoto showing that. Let me find that exact kick that I used. It was a beautiful knockout. Like I could hear the dude's jaw crack. Tsukamoto Norichika Kaiten. I want to see one of the more recent videos of his where he's explaining Kaitengiri. Damn, Tsukamoto's been out of active competition for quite a while now. Just a second. I'm trying to find the video. That's probably in the highlight reel. You rocked someone one time. Alright. Bang! Yep, that's the one. That's the one. Bop! It's called Do Mawashi Kaiten Giri. It's a devastating fucking move to be hit with. It does not feel nice. It does not feel great. Okay, what are we up to? What are we up to? We don't need Chrome just yet. Unless I find something interesting to look at. Colion is commenting on the Gavin Newsom thing. Reflex training. Where is Oskaratebu? I just want to see how long it is, and maybe we're just gonna watch the first episode while we do the Unity work. Because it is on YouTube, so I assume it's fine. And even if I catch a stray for a copyright claim on YouTube, I really don't care. Like I'm already dancing in a very fine balance there by disassembling and cleaning guns on stream. So it's technically not something you're supposed to do on YouTube, but the street shitter CEO they have can kiss my ass. They've disabled my ability to ping comments in chat, so. The moment I'm browsing through our enormous media share folder. Yes, I'm aware that we didn't watch all of this, by the way. Sometimes it's just not a good fit for the stream, you know? Retsushi. There it is. There's Oskaratebu, episode 1. How long is it? 49 minutes. Punched him a few times. He was bigger, but he also didn't know how to fight. That's always nice. Stole money from you, which was okay since it's Africa, but he was cocky. I don't think that's okay. You know what? We actually have an ad starting pretty soon, so we're going to use that opportunity to take a bathroom break, to stretch. I'm not going to manually run it. We're just going to go to BRB, and then we're going to start up watching Oskaratebu and working in Unity to finish out the TAC model. Your dad and the warlord turned MP hosting you wanted to have you arrested for fighting? Why would they disable pinning comments? That makes no sense. YouTube generally makes no sense. YouTube is a dysfunctional company that's run by idiots for the better part of the last 20 years. So the Indian CEO is just carrying on the legacy of Susan Polish name. Imagine being such an effective CEO that you take the largest, most vibrant and fast-growing video hosting platform on the internet, and you somehow manage to make it not profitable. Amazing this. Amazing this. But female CEOs just as good as male CEOs, by the way. Hey there, Milo. How are you doing? Thank you for checking in. We are still not... We're celebrating a not birthday, if you didn't know. I also want to watch this, actually.
No-brainer. Oh, no-brainer? If you got a new boat, the smart thing to...
Was okay, it was $50. You foolishly entrusted with him, in the term theft and... In terms of theft in Africa was nothing. Doing good, happy not birthday. Thank you, thank you. This is a new channel that's run by Nakatetsuya. I don't know what this channel achieves, but apparently does things. And he shows interesting things there, so... oh, I need to sign into my Unity hub. That's great. I sure love being signed out of this thing over and over again. Wrong sign-in. I really like not having consistent sign-in information. Question is, do I remember my password? I guess I do. Okay, yes, open Unity hub, please. Would you look at that? Okay, so we have access to our projects. That's good. I think this is the seed that I usually use for most of my stuff because this is where I keep all of my materials. Casual reminder that most companies who got saddled with female CEOs in the 2000s ended up selling, closing, or contracting harshly, or just, you know, endlessly bleeding money. That's also a thing that can happen. Feels so American. You bought a portable air conditioner. You're getting there. You're getting there, Rag. You were dying in the heat in London. Sometime, at some point, England will achieve the wonders of central air conditioning. Good on you, man. Good on you. You'd think that, listen, you're of African descent. How the fuck are you complaining about the heat in London? I am sorry. How hot is it right now? What is the temperature that you're complaining about? It's been 35 Celsius the entire summer. The heat is different here. That is, no, it's not. Listen, I have seen the one summer that London got in the 2010s, okay? I have been there during 34-degree heat. It's fine. The amount of shit you got for getting it? Why? Don't people want you to have at least a portable air conditioner? All right, ads have started. Let's take this opportunity to let Unity boot up. You know, I'm gonna let's look that Twitter post up actually, because I should have that somewhere. Oh, I probably don't have that as a video now, do I? Let me see. Let me see if I have that. Yes, I do. Okay.
Well, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I have AC. And I won't forget the Brits who died in the heat wave of '03. And I'll gladly sit down in my room and enjoy that sweet cold air, that hot, hot seat, the Euro cold. God bless my frigid day.
Yeah, it makes me giggle as well. That's perfectly. That's a natural reaction to that particular clip. You're having an actual summer and you think you're scared? I've seen summer in London. It's nice. The trees actually get some sunlight. Well, I mean, as nice as London can be with its, you know, current demographic makeup. Yeah, exactly. Who is giving you shit for buying an aircon? I mean, I can imagine that probably with all of the green tax that you have to pay on top of using one, that's probably a little bit pricey for the utility bill if you use it too much. All right, let's actually go on a quick bathroom break because Unity is still loading assets. So I'll BRB and then we'll watch some Oscar Tebo while we work. Okay, we are back. The extremely red white people are the ones giving you shit. Why are you asking anyone about the aircon that you're buying? You're buying it for yourself, not for them. I don't see what the issue is. Alright, Blender. It's no longer Blender, it is now Unity. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create another folder. Create folder. Chibi 2.0. And we're going to drop our little chibi into here. Part of that neighborly stuff, just ignore them. They're just jealous that they don't have an aircon. Everyone in your business can't relate. All right, so we have our Unity workspace over here. Let me set up the scaling for Chrome so that everything can coexist and we can watch our cartoons as we work. Os Karatebu is one of my favorite anime of all. Oh, you need to read subtitles though. Okay, so it needs to be of a legible size. Let's test this. Probably going to have to interfere with the Unity screen over there. Fortunately, it's of a squared format. Let's test this. It's a little exaggerated, but it gets the vibe down very well. Well, now you're gonna know this show even better. Oh, nice, okay.
通称看護校へ入学しまして、ここは大阪でも有名な悪学校で、特に空手部はヤーコでも道を開けるくらい怖いんです。こういう学校では弱いやつはめちゃくちゃ惨めで。おい、松下。
It's interesting how Japan has managed to actually come back from a very divided and very dangerous society in certain spots. We lost connection for a bit. Yeah, I didn't see any interruptions in bitrate.
せやけど、みんなの分出すと僕の分が。なんやて？聞こえんかったな。せやから。腹減った。わかりました。行きます。行ってきます。俺腹いっぱいやから昼飯。
Has to have some direct inspirations from Chromati High? I don't know that, so you tell me.
せやから一年発起しました。
Alright, let's see. Okay, what are you? You're probably the current version, right? Listen, all I see is nostalgia for my core training days.
Nanjay. 失礼します。なんじゃい、うちの部に何ぞ用か。1年の松下忠言います。空手部に入部したいんですけど。何？入部やと？あ、はい。いらっしゃい。
What are you compiling? God damn it. Alright, so this is the current version, so we're gonna hide you.
クラブ入るのに金がいるんですか？おいみんな聞いたか？ そんなことも知らんと空手部へやってくるなんてな。今時根性しとるやないか。
Alright, now, what we need to do is remove the transparency on the materials.
頑張ってくれや。わしは首相の高木や。ありがとうございます。
というわけで、晴れて看護校空手部員となったわけです。入部すると1年生は頭を角刈りにし、特別の学ランを着ることと
It's a
な
high
ります。
school comedy of an absolute ridiculous proportion, absurd trope comedy nonstop. I mean, a lot of Japanese media is sort of internally self-referential. Keep that as permanently visible.
この格好は一目で空手部とわかり、なかなか気分のええもんです。
Mission maps.
ほら、気合を入れんかい。
せやけど、部内ではもう悲惨で、1年生はゴミ同然。もうめちゃくちゃさせられる
I
ん
just
です。
go through those heavy boxing things at our stomach for like 10 years old until we were 15, 16. Yeah, medicine balls. Those are pretty good practice. Lift, pussy, lift, exactly. Listen, the discipline in this is a little exaggerated, but generally, yes, that's the experience. When you are new to a hierarchy, it doesn't feel nice. It's one of the pressures that forces you to get better and grow through the ranks. Oh.
先生は空手5段の達人である。今日は先生自ら稽古をつけていただく。お前ら、気合を入れてやらんとあかんぞ。
See, we didn't have older boys in the place where I learned karate. We just had older, full-grown ass men.
お前青春したの。
なんでじゃ。
ええか、お前らは伝統ある看護校空手部員じゃ。しごきの一つや二つ。青春や思ったらなんでもない。だ。
See, that is a sensei. Not fucking Sensei Zen.
聞くところによるとやな、わしがしばらくこの間に青春を忘れてしもたやつがようけおるらしい。
Taking flashbacks? Hell yeah.
そやけど安心せえ。これからわしがビシビシ青春させたるからな。ほな、まずは軽くウルトラマン。させぶりこけ。
This brings me back.
これが通称ウルトラマンと言います。簡単そうに見えるけど、めちゃくちゃしんどいんです。
Nah, it's. I wouldn't call that easy. It actually has a lot of connections to karate.
お前ら何喋っとんじゃ。よし、罰としてお前らには青春スペシャルや。
Alright, let's see if I can find the materials here. Alright, you have the correct materials on you. This is what? 4.9. Bone shapes, materials. Got energy to talk, you got energy to work, exactly. You can't just let go. Alright, let's see. Lancer mag material. There we go. That's much better. There's a little saying that I got from my instructor. A proper martial arts class doesn't allow parents to be present, especially mothers, to view the regular training. Not because they're doing something wrong or something inappropriate, but because if you're doing good, effective training, the parents are going to be scared.
このままじゃ殺されるわ。俺もう耐えられん。松下お前。部を辞めるときは学校辞めるか退部金50万払うかどっちかやど。50万。50万払ってその後もいじめに劣ったら元も子もないで。
I think we're done with the chibi actually.
何やあいつら。因縁つけられたら損や。早行こう。
Belt embroidery is not a material we have anymore. Oh, you're not. Okay, let's see. Materials. Oh, you don't even have that. That's fine. Your mom would have berated you for being weak. Luckily, it was also no women allowed.
俺ら1年生でして。
Give the eyes a little bit more glow.
大学生。それもただもんやないぞ。大学生試験で6連勝の。ナンバ大空手部やないけ。
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. We're gonna benchmark test this in a moment. Okay, export as VRM. Yeah, you don't see this. .1. .1. Compose export. Speaking solely from anime watching, why would anyone in Japan walk alongside the water? Everything bad happens there. Only a 4% chance you meet a woman who will end up decapitating you. Fair observation. It's nice that the street hooligans have to observe legalities. It's so ridiculous. I love everything about this. Okay, let's test out the new model. Ah, you know what? It kind of works. I'd say it's at least for the tech streams. I'd say it works. It works. You manage a precise Philtrum hit, that would suck. Usually you would want to use a knuckle as opposed to Kulkin. Kulkin is not a very consistent striking surface.
斉藤、お前もう知っとんのんか？何をじゃ？アホ！女に決まっとるやんけ。お？出た！こんなとこで練習サボっとったんか。お前らまだまだ青春足らんようやな。
Girlfriends are for second-year club members, exactly. If that.
なあ、斉藤、どないしょ？このまま道場に行っても。はあ、今度は青春特別スペシャルかな。
I think the model works. I'm going to say that it works because I don't want to do any more work on it. So I'm just gonna save it as is. Listen, I also like the horns, but I also like not having rubber banding when I play Gray Zone, okay? This is a model strictly for Gray Zone.
身長154センチメートル、体重部、バスト81センチメートル、ウエスト59センチメートル、
Oddly specific.
86センチメートル、血液型 D 型。マネージャー志望か。
I think it has a very appropriate smug look to it. It has that goblinish tint.
そうか。よし。入部を認めます。
There we go. Best for better visibility. I'm gonna stop to read that comment over there. You're sus of any girl that wants to hang around a karate club just to do the job involving maximum voicemail access. I think that you have been deranged by the internet. Get your mind out of the fetish gutter, please. It is very unsettling. Let me select proper pose. I want to see if it works properly. There we go. Up, it's sending me flying, I guess. Oh, that's probably because, yeah, I'm throwing it off. Oh, don't. There's a little bit of pants sag over there. Let's avert your eyes, children. I wonder if that's the effect of the Okay. Yeah, I guess that's just the effect of the posing software. That's fine. Ah, there we go. We have a model. I'd say it's appropriate for Gray Zone streams. So yeah, we're definitely keeping this. Got into anime. It's been so much fun. You didn't believe that. That is how romance and women are. I mean, you know, time and place is a factor. You met Japanese women, and yeah, it's not like the anime at all. Again, you've met them in current year. Even all of my toggles are selective. Do not lie to her. This can only end in tragedy. Let her be ignorant. All right, we've done everything that we actually had planned for today. So let's say that this was your teaser of Oscar Tebu. We're going to decide of whether or not we're going to be watching more of this. I guess the birthday celebration stream is going to continue on Wednesday, so please stay tuned for that, because we're also going to be doing calligraphy and gun cleaning. With that, I thank everyone who has come around to join us for the celebration and indulge in a little bit of busy work. Rag, thank you very much for your donation to the cause of extending the stream. Everybody know that we're getting an extra stream with all of the extra activities, thanks to Rag, and that includes the Ready or Not or the Gray Zone community night that we're going to be doing. Yes, we are going to be doing calligraphy. I have my scripts prepared. We may do a number of those, actually. So yeah, look forward to that. The weekly streams are being moved from Tuesday nights to Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Central, so it's same time, different day. I will update the schedule. Follow the socials. Pay attention to the pings. Join the Discord if you're still not there. I only ping for streams or if something is extremely funny. But we're going to close it out for today. Let me quickly check who we have to raid, actually. Oh, Ricky is up. Ricky is playing with Alki. I raided her yesterday. I don't want to insist upon myself too much. Let's see who's doing what, just in case. But yeah, look forward to that. I will have to do a little bit of prep, because, you know, desktop streams are always a little bit of an endeavor in terms of getting them off the ground. But I have now committed to one. And again, thank you, Rag, for being the donator that pushed us over the edge. You know what? I don't think we've ever raided. I'm thinking. We do have Korsha. Okay, chat. I will allow you to decide. We either raid into Ricky or we did raid Ricky yesterday. So let's not be let's not be a nuisance. Korsha is what is this?
Shit! My cock is in your mouth right now, and mid. Whoa, dude. I love you, Crandy. You're so fucking garbage. Actually, eat my ass. Cheese ward, lose game. Wah!
That's definitely something. I feel like something's going on there. Oh, she's just reviewing all clips. Never mind. That's okay. We're fine. That's definitely an interesting first line. Every VTuber is like a whole journey. It's one of the. It's not an alert clip. She was reviewing some old clip. Let's raid into Korsha, because we did raid into Ricky last time. Again, not that I'm averse to raiding into Ricky, but it's just that I don't want to be too insistent. There we go. So there's Korsha. We're gonna raid into her. I don't know what she's doing. I have not seen the Foxu around. Too much? Probably because I just miss her regular stream window is the real reason here. But again, thank you everybody so much for dropping by. Calligraphy and gun cleaning stream as a continuation of the Not Birthday stream this Wednesday. And I will put up a poll regarding what we're doing, Ron or Gray Zone, for the community night. With that, this has been Kuro Onii-san, reminding you to stay hydrated. Bye-bye.
Article